I hope you sit and enjoy it. Uh, got a good friend of mine in here today. Hopefully, he'll probably want to stick around after this episode. Go ahead and give your shout out. All right,
What's
Rick.
up, yo yo? It's your boy Rick Grimes, aka Ricky Boom Boom Mancini, aka Rick Ruger, aka Ricky Marciano. What's good, Tone? Daryl,
Man, you
thanks for
sound
having
like
me.
What's
I
good?
no problem, man. You sound like P Diddy with them nicknames.
appreciate it. I was just bullshit. I'm just clowning. It feels good, man. Shit, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh,
Like
you
it's
good,
one of
man?
those moments. I'm just really happy to be here. So it was really like truthfully, it was an honor and a blessing for y'all to let me get on here and jump in here with you. I'm just here to fucking have fun and talk, speak geek with y'all. It should be fun. So appreciate it.
For sure. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead and put your shit out there.
All right, man. Over here, after an awesome episode one we had Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Awesome. Wake up Monday morning, look on Twitter, and I'll see on Twitter, Ronda Rousey will face Nia Jax at Money in the Bank pay-per-view for the world title. What the hell? This chick had one match at WrestleMania. Good match, killed it. But all of a sudden, you're in no one contendership. And like I said, Ronda Rousey is just like Brock Lesnar. She put asses in seats. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're doing with her. But it's like, is it fair to everybody else who's in that division? How she just, all right, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and move up real quick and do this real quick, and just skip everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how you feel about that, Tony? What y'all think?
Well, I'd say no, it's not, but I cannot blame her for the situation in the fact that it's because of Vince McMahon who probably wants to push her. You know, I mean, it's not like it's a real thing. It's not like it's UFC. Like, oh yeah, you gotta go out there for the title shot, even though you haven't had no fights.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, hey, Vince. It's Vince. Like, hey, yeah, rather just like you got a good crowd reaction. We would like to send you up there to take the Lord for the title, which I think is very rare to do because that's gonna do nothing but put hate towards her because ain't nobody gonna want to see that.
That's most definitely. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I watched Raw, and I seen her, what I'm saying? Like, do like she comes out, puts somebody in the armbar and walks away. I'm like, all right, well, when you actually wrestle, you had your match at WrestleMania, excellent, good match, but that's one match. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in Chicago, and they put a pay-per-view, which is gonna be everybody knows Chicago is a wrestling town, just like
Hmm.
Cleveland, Ohio, when CM Punk fought in the Octagon. The thing is, she needed to put up or shut up. Like I said, Nia Jax, she's no Stephanie McMahon. She's the champion for a reason, you know.
Yes, sir.
And then once again, there's speculation with Brock Lesnar. They said something about him defending the title of Money in the Bank, but then all of a sudden it was removed. Another situation where the world champion of this brand is nowhere to be found. Like I said, and I give my credits to AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins is carrying this company on their back, I feel.
Yeah, what it is though, it was stated in his new contract is that he will have lesser matches and show up lesser in pay-per-views and shows and like Raw and everything. So like I thought that was pretty a wrong thing to do. But that's why we're not gonna see Brock around that much at all. And him
Yeah,
about
because
going back to the
speculation.
UFC, he's probably gonna be doing
Yeah.
both. That's
It's,
why.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'd like to chime in on this. Daryl, I like the point you made about how, what is it, how the hell does Ronda Rousey get a title shot already at this point? Um,
Exactly.
I agree. I agree, but to an extent, man, I also like the point you brought up about Brock, man. But I thought you was going somewhere else with it. But I mean, literally, like, didn't the same thing happen with Brock Lesnar, except on a bigger level and a bit like this man had one fight in the UFC, then got to fight for the heavyweight championship when he first started.
Yeah. Matter
You
of fact,
see
who
what
did
I'm saying?
he beat Randy Couture, in it? For the title or something
Honestly,
like
bro,
that?
that was so long ago. My mind is fuzzy about it. I just remember holding on to that one little tidbit of a fact and was like, okay, like, all right, that's how it is. Like you got men out there who
No, well
pour their heart, blood, sweat,
he
and tears into this. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, no, go ahead, go ahead. I'll let you finish first.
No, I was just saying, like, you got men out there who this is their life. That's what they do. And I'm not taking anything away from Brock as an athlete. The dude is superhuman. But like to just come into the biggest show in the world, like the UFC is no slouch. Like the UFC is like the NBA of MMA. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude didn't even play in the D League and got to have, jump straight into the NBA undrafted. Or I'm sorry, UFC. And just one fight, boom, all right, title shot. Because again, it's about putting asses in seats anymore. It's about, it's about money, man. Nobody really cares about the sport or the competition factor of it anymore. It's about what's gonna make the most money.
Right, and then too, it is like with, as far as like with wrestling, it's like I remember back in the day how like, everything was secretive about like let's say if like you see fucking Rizzo Ramon back in the day out in the street, you go up to him, he's actually playing that character being a dick towards you when you meet him. You know what I'm saying? Versus like his character versus his himself. You know what I'm saying? Ever since they did that curtain call back in you remember that time we did the curtain call back in New York?
Yeah.
And how like there's like everybody's like, oh shit, they're friends in real life, and they kind of like basically just kind of broke that wall down. Like yeah, we're gonna break that wall down, and like I said, we have lives too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but like I said, with that happening, it's like, well, fuck, like.
Yeah, if I may, like what you're saying, like basically they took the fantasy out of it, the fun. They made it to where like you look up to these guys like almost at a superhero level, like they're larger than life, they're more than what.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took all that away, stripped it away. It was like, well, really, I'm just Scott Hall. I'm not.
Right. I'm not the bad guy. I'm not Chico. I'm just Scott
I
Hall.
just play one on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I get it at the same time because it grounds it a little more, and it was getting beyond that era. Like that was a big thing in the '80s, like that. Because I don't really follow wrestling no more. Truthfully, that's why I'm trying not to stay on it too much. But in a sense, like, that's how wrestling was in the 80s. You had all these larger-than-life characters leading into the 90s and the Attitude Era. But after that era kind of ended, they started grounding everything more in reality, which to me, it's not good. It's not. I think it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just all on how you look at it. Like, it kind of turned me away from wrestling in a sense a little bit. Because I see somebody like, for example, Bryan Daniels, not taking anything from him athletically or performance-wise, he's definitely a hype guy. He gets the crowd going. He's a great athlete. But my cousin, when I spoke to him, said it best. He's like, how in the fuck is this little 5'8" midget that world heavyweight champ compared to people like And I started naming all these wrestlers. I'm like, yeah, I mean, good point. But that's always been kind of the fantasy side of it. How the hell does Rey Mysterio even begin to try to put up a fight against someone like The Big Show when they had that whole thing going?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was that was a one-sided match right there. I didn't understand that one.
But they did make it fun though. Like Ray tried, like they made Heart of a Lion type shit. But no, it's just the whole grounding things in reality. It's a double-edged sword, man. It could be it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It's just all in how they use it, especially with people like Rousey. Like you mentioned earlier, how she comes in, just arm-bars people, takes off. But when is she actually gonna do something? Like,
exactly. I told people, like I told Tony before, I said Ronda Rousey record in MMA was only like 2 losses, so it was still personally to me a perfect record. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still not bad. I felt like I can understand that. Yeah, it takes you dumbing down from MMA to wrestling. Yeah, it saves your life. As far as like your career life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she's making. I heard right now she's saying making close to what she made the UFC. You know, so it's Daniel White, boy. That was his cash cow right there.
Yeah, but as we all know, man, UFC fighters truthfully don't make shit compared to the brand itself. Like boxers, man, make bread. MMA fighters.
Hell yeah, look at fucking Mayweather.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Money Mayweather, one fight for him. Why do you? I mean, you can't blame Conor for wanting that. Conor, man, I need this paycheck. I'm getting, I don't know what he made truthfully from UFC, but I know what Ben. It probably took 10 of his MMA fights to make one of what he made in that Mayweather fight. But that's just speculation on my behalf.
I think too, man. Like they made like off that fight they had, they made over like it was like 100-something million a piece, not even counting like the ticket sales, pay-per-view buys, and the merchandise and all that stuff. That's just a shit ton of effing money.
Oh yeah.
It's like, man. And The other stuff, they had the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. So you have your men's and you have the women's. So right now for the men's, basically they have right now is you got see Bobby Roode, The Miz, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Rusev, Finn Balor. Then I guess one of the New Day members is supposed to compete in it, which is I don't know. It probably should be Kofi Kingston because he's like probably the only one that's more athletic than all these guys. So what you think about that, Tom?
My bad. About what? I was writing something.
No, the Money in the Bank ladder match, man.
Who's all going to be in it?
I mean, as far as like you have The Miz, Rusev, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, your guy,
Uh huh.
Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens. Then I guess one of the New Day members is supposed to be,
Yeah, but they're gonna let that.
competing in it.
They're gonna let that be Kofi Kingston. You know that audible about.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now there's one more spot they need to fill. Who you think should be in that spot? You think?
Is there is there a match that is there somebody supposed to be going for it or no?
Well, there's right now there's no match set for it. They basically said I guess the last match supposed to take place on Raw Monday night, so that spot be filled. But out of those guys you know mentioned to you, who you think should take it and why?
Uh, Jeez, man. To be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember all the people back around Raw because they did that damn shakeup.
Hmm.
Uh,
Mm,
I would have to say,
Who's
man,
your guy?
they're probably just gonna fill it up with a random guy. They're probably gonna give it to Mojo Rawley because of all the stuff that he's been, putting himself into or what.
oh man, guy's trash. God, I hope not.
Yeah, well, they need the stunt man out of the group, and that's probably gonna be him. Either him or well, because they got one for SmackDown and Raw, right? Or no, because they're
No,
supposed to all be together.
yeah, the men's is all together because now every pay per view from here on out is gonna be a SmackDown and Raw pay per view. So it won't be just SmackDown or just Raw.
Okay, who knows, man? Maybe what's his face will come back. The one that messed his leg up. Uh,
Sid
Kurt
Vicious.
Angle's supposedly son. No, Richards fucked this shit up.
I'm sorry, man. I just had to throw. I don't know shit. Like I'm not hip on wrestling. Like I don't follow like that's not a weird thing. That's just what popped in my head. He said, "Dude, fucked his leg up." I'll never get that image out of my brain.
Yeah, that was on live TV too. That was crazy.
hmm
But yeah, no,
And then,
well, it was. I think it's probably gonna be.
Jason Jordan.
Yeah, Jason Gold might come back because they've been saying that he's been backstage and he's been ready to come back.
Yeah,
So it might be one of those
I think out
surprise
of
things to where he get booed and shit.
yeah. Well, I think out of all those guys, he should probably win it. It's got to be. I feel like Braun Strowman because the guy's white hot. Like I said,
Oh
man,
wait,
the
were
perfect
you
lead
talking
up.
about who was winning or who should have got the spot?
Well, I'm talking about a person. I think I'm saying who I think should win it. I think Braun
Oh,
Strowman should take it because I mean he's white hot. I mean he's you know hell motherfuckers he'll get these hands at every ring he goes to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's putting asses in seats. He's there every night. So him
Yeah.
that's
cashing in on
true.
Brock,
But you
you know
never
what I'm saying?
know,
But they're
man.
not going. Yeah, they might fuck around with that fucking Bobby Roode winner or some weird shit like that.
Kevin Owens or some shit.
Yeah. Which they all great competitors, but I mean it's just you gotta be different. Do something different, man. You know what I'm
Yeah, the crowd knows who they want, but they're not gonna want to push it because they want to have different things for Braun Strowman, pretty much.
saying? And it's funny, man, because earlier this week I was looking up some stuff on John Jones and stuff, and I seen a podcast he did. It was right after he tested positive for whatever after he had that fight with the second DC fight he had.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan was asking, "Hey man, so what happened? So like, what did you test positive for?" I guess it was traces of steroids, which I hate to say it, shocker. And then too, I guess he also tested. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Cialis. If you don't know what Cialis is, people, it's basically just it's a form of Viagra.
Boner
And now
pill.
I guess, yeah, and basically they was, I guess what said in the
Hold
podcast
on,
with
you're
Joe
breaking
Rogan, he
up. You're
said
breaking
no.
up. You're breaking up a lot.
Hear me now?
Here and there. Just I'll just keep going, and I'll let you know if you keep breaking up.
Alright. But Joe Rogan asked him, what I'm saying, like, he just said, like, so why, so were they tripping on you being on Cialis? He was like, yeah, they made it a big deal because I was, a form of Viagra and blah blah blah. I said it was a male enhancement. I'm like, okay, dude, like, stop making up excuses why you fucking tested dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's on you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, you own it up and just, that's what I understand this guy. This guy, one of the best light heavyweights in history. Still has a perfect record, and like, you go out and just do stupid shit like that, and it's like, dude, man, like, now you lost your endorsements again. It's like, come on, bro. Get it together, man.
So
You made too much
did he
money.
own it up? What did he say?
No, he just said that, they made a big deal about him taking the Viagra. They're trying to say it was a male enhancement, which, it's not. Motherfuckers take it for medication for,
Oh well,
their
shit.
getting dick
Viagra is
early,
an enhancement. You know what I'm saying? It's enhancing that dick.
Right. Hey, you know what?
He
Like,
was,
I was gonna say, I don't really know what the whole list is as far as bad substances are concerned for the UFC. Honestly, it could just be one of them, like, for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not
yeah,
making any excuses for John Jones. That junkie motherfucker needs to get his shit together. I
right.
concur.
It's like, and it's crazy because, dude, both your brothers own the New England Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Making hella money. So you part of this family dynasty, but you're just fucking up, bro. You the oldest out of both your siblings. Like, get it together, dog.
Yeah. Like, set an example. Lead by
Right.
example. You a big brother. You over here snorting cocaine, getting in car wrecks. Kind of shit is that?
Right. And then too, what I'm saying, right before he had that second fight with Daniel Cormier, his mom passed away. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, I understand maybe grief is a motherfucker. We all know that. We all lost and someone who's no longer here with us. But at the same time, bro, you gotta keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You be given the second chance to do this thing, and you just keep fucking up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I make my jokes and shit. I didn't mean to throw up the whole cocaine thing. It was
Oh no,
funny.
you funny. You good, bro. Shit, just whatever.
But I feel you on that. Like, when people go through things, like, who are we to say, like, whatever he was going through. But at the same time, like, we can't make excuses. We all go through grief, like you said, but it doesn't mean we go fucking shoot up because we lost a loved one. We just deal with
Right.
it differently. Maybe he was just going through some things. But I would really like to see this man get his act together because, man, easily one of the greatest fighters to ever step in that octagon. Like,
Oh
he's
yeah,
like
most definitely.
Anderson Silva 2.0, on a whole nother level. So I would definitely love to see this man get back in that octagon and dominate the way he's done every time he stepped into it before.
Yeah, because instead of DC, it could have been him and Stipe fighting for the heavyweight title. They're trying to say on Twitter, "Oh, the super fight." This ain't a fucking super fight. The reason why DC's champion because John Jones kept fucking up.
Not taking that away from DC, but this little chubby motherfucker, yeah, that ain't no super fight.
Bro, it's not.
DC built like me, like what? I mean, DC smashed me. Okay, there's no debate. I'm just saying, but yeah, that's not the super fight. The super fight would be obviously, like you said, Jones and Stipe. So, or even Stipe and Brock. If Brock can come in, get himself a couple of fights, get up in the rankings, whatever he's gonna do between his wrestling career and MMA career. Who knows? Brock might shock the world and come in and do some crazy shit.
Yeah. Rick, I gotta ask you a question. What do you think about Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz coming out of retirement for another fight at Bellator?
Oh
Man,
yeah, Chuck Liddell.
If I wanted to see two old geriatric motherfuckers fight, I'll go to the old folks' home down the street and watch the two. No, but
But it was.
I think it would be a decent draw. Like, I could see it being an undercard fight. If they make it a main event, it's gonna sell. But I don't know. I don't know if it would be a big money draw, seeing as how, like, like I said, it's not just because of their age. It's just, right now there's other fighters out there that are people more interested, like Stipe, like John Jones coming back, like Brock possibly
Yeah.
making his return. And then you're like, oh, well, don't forget about us. We're still around, Chuck Liddell, Tito. It's like, y'all fought. We've seen what happened last 2 times. What redemption is Tito possibly going to say? Oh, now I'm 2 and now I'm 0 or 1 and 2 instead of 0 and 2.
Right.
I mean, but it could be an interesting undercard fight, kind of like the Hoist Gracie Shamrock thing they did a while back. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that was like a main event, Bellator or something, whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that, truthfully.
Yeah, but it's weird because at first, Chuck Liddell challenged John Jones. I'm like, come on, bro, don't do that.
Right. I thought that's what Tone was gonna ask me. I'm trying to like talk over you, but that's really what I thought he was gonna bring up is how Jones and what's his name, Liddell was kind of going at it on Twitter and whatnot like that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that next because Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz
punch him and turn his ass to dust.
Yeah. Because Tito was like, yeah, I'm coming out of retirement to fight Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell replied with, I want to fight with John Jones. I was like, oh shit, so we got like a three-way thing going around here.
Just put him in a steel cage and let him have make that a WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah.
There you go, cross-brand and shit.
Go crazy.
But it's crazy because, Tito Ortiz, he's the wrestling coach for Chris Cyborg.
Right, you did mention that last week. I remember listening in on you guys and hearing that. I did not know that. That's an interesting little tidbit,
Yeah. That nigga, he making money though, man, but I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, Bellator is awesome. I like Bellator. It's pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to really see Chuck Liddell. And when Chuck Liddell got knocked out by Rashad Evans years ago, I was like, okay, this nigga need to stop.
Yeah, Bellator's a WCW of fucking, MMA.
Right, but you can't hate on it, man. 'Cause all of them dudes is hungry. Them dudes are hungry. Watching them fight, man, every fight is just top.
Well, yeah. I'm not putting down the guys that are in Bellator, but the guys who lose so much at UFC and they want to go to Bellator and become champion, I think that's some bullshit. That's crazy. Like, I forgot what his name was, but I remember fucking Pettis put it on his ass and he just left to go see and he went and won the title at Bellator.
Right. It's like a step down in a way to try to dominate and reestablish yourself. And
Yeah.
It's like going to the D League in the NBA and averaging 30 points per game, even though in the NBA you were coming off the bench with 9.
Yeah.
But it's a way for dudes who love to do what they do still, keep doing it, get paid, and maybe even shine a little bit. But I feel you on that. It's funny.
I wasn't surprised if John Jones came back and whooped fucking DC again, and DC's like, man, fuck this, I'm going to Bellator.
Send his ass to You know what? I'm not really a big fan of DC either, but not hating on the man or nothing.
No, I don't got nothing against him either, but I don't know. He just makes himself look like he's the best guy in the UFC every time he talks.
Yeah, and it's like he just talks like, yeah, I'm the champ. My dog, you champion because dude keep fucking up, man. Like, do you realize that?
Right, that's funny too. That reminds me of Chael Sonnen, man. Like he wants to fight Fedor, and the way he came in, I don't know if y'all saw that, but did you see him come in after that Fedor fight that lasted with Frank Mir that lasted all of like half a round?
Oh, nuh-uh.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, I literally called my guy like, hey yo man, they're about to fight. Whoop-de-whoop. I paused. I had DVR. I paused and went and got me some water. Came back and he's like, text me, fight's over. What? So I rewinded shit and watched it. Yeah, and sure enough, it ended pretty quick. And then here comes Chael Sonnen, doing his thing. He comes in the ring talking shit to Fedor. But man, the way he does it, he like I get it. That DC does it too. It builds hype. It gets but Chael Sonnen to me is like a corny ass '80s heel wrestler when he gets on the mic. Like he got on the mic with Fedor, right? He jumps into the octagon or whatever at Bellator, and he's like, I forget where they fought at, but he's like, being here in Chicago with all these crappy Chicago, he's such a fucking cornball every time he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that shit. Like,
he talks shit to get knocked the fuck out, like really, dog.
It ain't even. It's just the way he does it. It's so cheesy. Like someone get this man a WWF contract for real, because that's how he reminds me of. Like,
when you speak of that, he is supposed to go and get a contract with them.
Yeah, I remember one time he was trying. At one time, he was trying to buy the company. Mr. McMahon was like, "No, you can't afford this."
Get out of here.
Vince McMahon looked at him like, boy, you can't even touch my pockets.
You want to PayPal?
You're hired.
What else you got in this, Durr?
Man, they also got the Brian Ortega fighting Max Holloway. And let me remind you who Brian Ortega is. He's the one who knocked the fuck out what's his name? Fucking fuck. I forgot his name already, shit. But fucking knocked his ass clean the fuck out. So Brian Ortega, he's dangerous, man, so I don't think Max Holloway can handle it.
Ooh, so this is gonna be a good fight then, because I heard a lot of good things about Max Holloway.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on this is on the same card as a super fight, quote unquote.
Everything
Yeah,
is
so
right nowadays, huh?
yeah, so it should be interesting. Oh yeah, Frankie Edgar. He knocked out Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar never got finished in his whole career. He got that nigga vicious like fucking so you can uppercut and knocked him clean the fuck out.
Is that what their pictures on and shit?
Yep, yeah, that's the picture of him knocked out.
Oh damn! So he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight again quick then.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shnikes!
Holy cannoli!
Anything else?
Man, that's basically that's it. I know they supposed to haven't been watching too much. I'm gonna catch up on the Ultimate Fighter this season, but I'm gonna have probably more on that next week. So stay tuned.
Okay. Let me get some quick things out of the way. Inside the gaming era, PlayStation Vita stocks physical games now, so they're not going to get any physical games at all for the Vita. It's be all digital. Battlefield 5 is going to be revealed May 23rd, so if you're looking forward to Battlefield, May 23rd is the day to watch it. Kingdom Hearts 3, if you're a fan of that, the release date, it will be announced early next month. Well, I want to talk about this because I remember I brought this up to Rick and he thought it was not real. It's the accessible controller for Xbox.
Okay. Now you're just gonna put me on blast. Like, it did seem silly at first. I mean, if you looked at it from my perspective, I guess I was over analyzing it because I'm like, look at this thing. There ain't enough buttons on it. Woo, yeah, we had that discussion. And I really like broke it down because to me, I'm looking at, like I said, a little over analyzing it a little too much. But after we talked about, it, I'm like, yeah, I could see it like being a touchpad, and I actually saw some video on it too, because I did my research. Like it's just really out of the box. So let me look into it before I completely just write it off, because I'm not that type of asshole. But so like you said, I seen it, man, and I kind of seen how it works a little bit. It's definitely innovative, man, because everyone likes the game, and everyone just because they're handicapped, they face different challenges. They still want a game, man. That's just how it is. And I think it's really cool that Microsoft went ahead and did something like that, and that they got it in beta testing right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish. Beyonce had the greatest video of all time. My bad for cutting you off. Go ahead.
My question is though about that. You think they're doing it for PR or they're doing it because they actually care?
Oh, see that's I kind of touched on a little bit. Why you making Xbox sound like scumbags? Not Xbox, I'm sorry, but more Microsoft. I think it's. I don't think it's.
Well, no,
it's.
I'm not saying that. That was just
I know you're
everybody's.
bringing up the question.
Yeah.
Raising the question. I feel you. No, you know what, man? I think truthfully, man, they're doing it because they care. Like I follow this one dude. There's a handicapped gamer I follow, man. Just watching him play, and he's good. Like he's legitimately good. It ain't like. He's just on there like, look at me play because I'm handicapped. Or bad for me. I'm sorry for saying that. I don't want to sound like an insensitive asshole. That's not what I'm getting at. But I think to make things more accessible, because for some people, you lose I couldn't imagine losing a hand or a finger and an arm. I've thought about that many times. Like, I think I'd be more upset that I couldn't game than just at the fact I lost a limb. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to hit that hard like that much. So to make something like that, I think it really comes from a good place, man. Like, Yeah, of course they're gonna cash in on it. Like if they try to charge something stupid, like if that shit drops and they're trying to charge like 150 for it, like the Elite controller, then yeah, Microsoft might be kind of scumbags for some shit like that. But right now it's still in beta testing. We don't really know, what they're gonna do with it. The look and the accessibility of it might actually change in the future. But right now, I think that it's coming from a good place. Don't
Oh well,
quote
they
me
had
on
it.
that, but
I don't cut you. Mean to cut you off, but have
go
you
ahead.
seen? Did you see inside Xbox at all?
No,
I
I
told her
did not
later,
see
her.
that, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this past, the one they had a couple of days ago. I think they're gonna
That do
keep it the way
irritates the
they
hell out of
did.
me.
You
They
think
showed
what?
they're gonna keep it the way it is because they had
Okay.
the people playing with it and everything. Selling for $100, but they said that it's
Ooh.
worth like $300-400.
That's yeah. See, that's I didn't know anything about a price. I did throw it out there. Like they charge crazy for it. They're kind of scumbags for it. But I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, that's a high price, man. But then again, not defending them because I even said if it's a high price, that makes them shitty. We don't know the technology it goes in to make that. We
yeah,
don't know, so maybe it actually does cost a pretty penny. But I mean, they could probably do better than that, man. I mean, they could probably even drop that shit for 75. What's that? $15 more? Because it's an accessory of its own. It has to you can hook your controller up to it and do extra things to it. But yeah, $100 to me personally, if you're asking my opinion, which I don't think you did, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. That's kind of high, man. It's a little high.
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
yeah, I would
I
say
agree.
yeah, but hold on, I'm gonna let you go next there. But they said that it's got like $200 to $300 of stuff inside the controller. So pretty much, you're not making
Right.
nothing on it.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So
if
go
that's
ahead
the
there.
case, then give the shit
Oh,
away. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
bundle it. No, that's
Right,
too much.
right.
I know they
yeah.
say that all the time.
That's what they'll probably end up doing too. Is probably bundling with the Xbox.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Bundle it with
Mm-hmm.
a regular control. Regular control is $60, bro. It's like if my son, I live with a 2-year-old sociopath who has no regards for personal property or your feelings. He will just walk up and debo your controller, knock it out my hand and shit, or knock it out he don't mean he's just a child, but anyway, I'm like I was saying, I digress. I'm dropping $60 on a controller. It's like so I got a choice. I can either go get me this new game or like my trigger's starting to stick, so I need a new, I need some new sticks. I mean, but anyway, like bundle it. Like I was saying, it's $59.99 for a controller as is. So bundle it, throw it in there with one, tack on a price, make that $100. You know what I'm saying? Like here, you get your controller $59.99, and this accessories $40. They lose. Make that whole bundle like $100 or something. I don't know. I'm not a businessman though, so I'm just saying. I'm thinking from the perspective of a consumer more than
Yeah,
a
yeah,
businessman. So.
understandable. All right, Darren, what you gotta say about this situation?
Man, you know what, man? I think it's an excellent move for Microsoft. I think it's excellent. That they like I said, everybody deserves the game. Game is for everyone. No one should feel left out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's an excellent move. I was actually waiting for one of these. I'm like, I was talking to my little brother. Like, man, I'm waiting for them to. Well, this is maybe like 2 months ago. I was like, man, I'm waiting for Xbox and PS4, even Nintendo to do something for people who are missing limbs and stuff like that to help them out because everybody deserves a game. You know what I'm saying? When you told me this like a few days ago, whatever the case may be, I was like, man, that's a great investment. But I think $100, that's a little too high, man. I say just charge regular price. I feel for a controller. It's for special needs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you gotta think about this too, man. Like for special needs people, they need certain medication too damn high. So
Right.
you
They're
just
already
like
pouring out. Yeah, I feel you.
right.
100%.
So it's like man, like why even come on people like just charge hell. And the most charge 50. I feel 50 is reasonable.
Right. Yeah, we could speculate about prices. I agree. We could sit here and go back and forth like that, but yeah, they should definitely bundle it with a controller in and of itself. Here you get your regular analog stick plus this. Slap a decent human being price on. You paying $60 for a controller. You paying $100 for the accessory just to play, and then you're paying $59.99 a game. Then you're paying $59.99 a year for your
Right.
Xbox Live if you're a gamer like that. Then you paying like you said on top of that, people with disabilities like you paying thousands of dollars for your medication if you don't have insurance, and even sometimes with your insurance, you come out of pocket. Plus, yeah, like I agree, man, 100%. It's too high. The rent is too damn high. They need to lower that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're going on with the next thing. Cliffy B. I don't know if you know who Cliffy B is, but he was a
Oh, come on,
guy.
man.
What?
You don't know who Cliffy B is. We can't be talking to each other right now. Like, nah, if you're a gearhead, you know who Cliffy B is, man. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, he shut down his productions, so he's moving on.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I guess because the Lawbreakers failing, and I guess Radical Heights. I don't know if you guys played it or what. I don't know if it was too late or too little time for it to come out. But yeah, shut down, got rid of 64 people who was working for him, so I feel kind of bad for those people.
Actually, could you school me on that a little more? I mean, you mentioned Cliffy B, and whenever anybody does, my mind automatically goes to the guy who created Gears of War. And I know he did other things like back in the day. And what I mean, what would you say that he was working on now and got shut down?
He made Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers, Lawbreakers. Is that
Yeah.
free to play? One free to play games?
I'm not sure. I know that he made that, but it was a epical fail, I guess.
Okay.
I guess it was supposed to be kind of like that one game, the cartoony one, the versus one. You be playing it.
ATV?
No, no, no.
Fortnite?
Not Fortnite, the other one. Darn it.
Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch. There you
Overwatch.
go. Yeah, I guess it was supposed to be like Overwatch or something, but it failed or what.
So was that a game that was actually released, or was it something that
Yeah,
was
yeah, it
still
was
in
it was
development?
released, but it fucking made no money, I guess, or it failed.
Man,
Not not.
I've never even heard of it, man. To be honest
It
with you, that's
felt
why
like
I have so
that
many
should have felt
questions.
like a 50 cent CD.
It made a Radical Heights game. I don't know if that came out though, but he made those. Those were his last two projects, and they failed.
Wow, that sucks, man.
So yeah, he shut down.
So what,
Uh,
I'm
like,
broke, bitch.
okay.
yeah, well, but he closed down. I guess he's gonna start from scratch and open something else up. I guess after a while, after he.
Yeah, dude has bread, man. He might have took a L on that, but man, I remember when Gears first dropped, this dude was showing up to parties. I'm sorry, I mean, I just remember seeing things like this dude was showing up to parties in Lamborghini Spiders with Anna Nicole Smith on his arm. Like, okay, that's not nothing to brag about, but you know the Lamborghini Spiders. But God rest her
May her
soul. You know,
rest
God
in
rest her dead.
peace.
Too soon? I don't know, but but yeah. But I'm just saying, like, dude's got bread. You know what I'm saying? So he can definitely invest in himself and maybe afford to take L's like that. But you know, it sucks to hear anybody fail at anything. That sucks.
Yeah, I heard he was
Was it?
obnoxious too, but I don't know. I don't know the guy.
Yeah, you know, I don't know too much about his character outside of, you know, what he did for years and back then. I haven't heard, honestly, I haven't heard of anything about this dude in years, truthfully. But yeah, ever since you bring it up, it's like, well, yeah, that's why I had
Yeah,
questions, I had concerns, I needed info.
Rage 2 was announced, and your thoughts about the open world and would it have more side missions than it did in the last one?
I hope so.
You played Rage before there or no?
Once before, not two. I haven't. No, I ain't played it like that, but I have played it before. Yeah.
No, you never finished it.
No, I never finished. No.
Not you, Ricky. You never finished it.
No, I played it. I never finished it. We actually, I remember we talked about this a little bit last week because I was kind of hyped to hear about Rage 2. I liked it for what it was. I thought it was a great game. I guess it didn't critically, it didn't do too great. You know, the critics kind of tore it apart, whatever. And from what you told me, really short gameplay, not much. What'd you say, like 12, 15 hours, maybe roughly?
Probably.
Uh,
Shit, I hardly can remember.
Right. So it was a short game from here, but I liked it for what it was. So, you know, I'm sure with it being a new gen and, you know, they're trying to revive the series and oh, you know, I think they're gonna they're gonna give us some gameplay hours with it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they make it to where it's like a Skyrim type game. Not like how Skyrim, but the hours into it.
Well, it's no longer Bethesda, so I remember you dropped that knowledge on me too. I didn't know what to make of that, you know,
Oh
because
yeah,
I
that's
wasn't
right. That's right. I
necessarily
forgot about that.
disappointed when you told me that, but it didn't like raise the hype level for me either. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to be optimistic. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep an open mind with it, and it looked good. Like you said, the gameplay trailer dropped. I saw it. I don't know, Daryl, if you saw it, did you happen to catch any of the gameplay footage?
Oh no, I didn't see the gameplay. No.
No, I don't
Okay.
think they dropped any gameplay. They just dropped a trailer of it. Maybe we'll see more of it at E3.
Let me go ahead
Hmm.
and double check that because I'm pretty sure I saw a little bit of gameplay trailer. Maybe we'll talk about that later because I don't want to hold up time. But I could have swore that's what I saw earlier. But I did see the trailer, and I could have swore that was I saw another one earlier today with some gameplay in it. But
All right.
go
Well,
ahead.
if you go ahead and look it up real quick. I'm gonna bring up something else.
Yeah, do that.
Speaking of critics, State of Decay 2 came into 72 and went down to a 68.
Wow. That's a big.
Harsh.
That's a dive.
Yeah.
Die.
It had unlimited bugs. I mean, what game doesn't have bugs when it comes out? But this, I guess, this one has so many fucking bugs. You had to call it exterminator.
Uh,
But
the
Man,
CFGs.
fucking
no,
arachnophobia, huh?
yeah, it's pretty much.
You know,
Even they
actually,
said the co-op was unplayable. You know, people would get killed by fucking invisible flames when you're
Damn.
playing. Fucking zombies dropping out of the sky like the Lord dropped them there for you, and
the
Wrath
rapture,
of God.
the zapture.
yeah. But yeah, go ahead. Your thoughts on it, Rick? I'll let you go first.
You know what, man? I don't have thoughts on it. I haven't seen anything about it. I wasn't actually. I didn't hear a whole lot about it. I didn't even know it was out yet. To be honest, I knew it was coming out.
Well,
I'm
you
still
know,
playing the first one.
people got
You know.
the unlimited or the ultimate edition, so you know they get it first. And this is just from like people who got like what is it, the beta, not the beta, but like a couple of days to try it out,
Oh
see
no,
what
yeah,
it's
the
like.
Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, which
If
I
you got the
feel bad
Ultimate
for them
Edition, you play
people
it 4
because
days early.
yeah, I feel bad
Is
for
it?
those
Has it been
people.
released yet? Then
No, it
has it
comes
been
out.
officially released?
Well, yeah, it's released today for the Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
But, wait, not today. Yesterday it was released yesterday for Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, for
But
50 bucks.
yeah, but it'll be released Tuesday.
Now, is it digital only, or does it? Is it?
Yep, digital
Is
only.
okay. Now, I mean, like when it's officially released, are they gonna do disc two? Is it gonna be a
No,
disc
just straight,
also,
just
or
only digital.
just like the first one? Okay, just like the first
Well,
one.
shit, it's supposed to
Yeah,
be on the Game Pass, I think, ain't it?
yeah, it's gonna be on Game Pass, so I might, drop to 10. You know,
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. I'm gonna get the Game Pass and check it out then, cause I'm not gonna spend 50 or 30 bucks and it's
but
trash.
I'll be honest with you, man. It kind of upsetting because I played the first one, and after I played the first one, I was looking forward to this one. But after all the negativity that was towards it and everything, I don't know. Some people say they had no problems with it, but they could probably just be saying that because they don't want to be fucking real to themselves. But
Right.
Right, they looking so forward to the game, they just don't say nothing bad about it.
yeah, yeah, I was looking forward to this game, man. And I feel bad for the people who brought the Ultimate Edition to play it. Fucking days before it, because the people who created the game are talking about they're gonna make sure it's fixed by the time it comes out Tuesday.
Right.
So like it's like pretty much they can't play it. They're pretty much gonna play it by themselves, but they're gonna have to wait till Tuesday for the play co-op. And plus, it's gotta be somebody with a good host that you gotta play with in order to play a good game, I guess, or some shit like
So
that.
basically, it was like the incentive to buy it. This Ultimate Edition was early access, which gives you, jump ahead with multiplayer with your buddies, and then the shit don't work. I could definitely see that being a slap to the face. I would be pissed if I dropped 50 on it and that happened.
Yeah,
But at the
yeah,
same time, you're still getting what at the end of the day, you weren't just paying for early access, you were paying for the Ultimate Edition, which I'm assuming includes all future DLC. I'm sure a few extra perks and quirks here and there, skins, whatever it may be. But like not trying to be that guy, but I'm saying don't let other
Yeah.
people's opinions of the game discourage you, Tone, because at the end of the day, games drop buggy, man. Like Skyrim. When Skyrim first came out, it was a buggy motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? I had game crashing glitches. I'll never forget. I had a character I invested 35 hours into, and it got to the point where I had a bug that was unfixable. I could no longer go forward in the story, and I was heartbroken. So you know what I'm saying? Shit happens, and I don't hate Bethesda for it. I was fucking butthurt at the time, but a little preparation age and a little time heals all type shit. But um, Again, it just dropped yesterday. So give it time. I'm sure they're gonna release an update. I'm sure they did a day one update. I'm sure they're gonna, keep updating as it goes along.
Well,
It
yeah, they
sucks
said
to.
they're gonna add more and more down the line, but I'm gonna get it regardless. I still want to get it, but because I'm not gonna spend the 50 on it or whatever. But yeah, I just don't want to get it, and everybody's done with it or what, and not want to play it anymore because the
Yeah.
situation is going on.
Well, you have fickle friends if that's the case, my friend. Like, I'll put it to you like this: they dropping it on Game Pass, I'm there with you. Best believe. All you gotta do is send me an invite. I'm all over State of Decay with you. I still play the first one. I still enjoy it. Like I said, I wasn't like overly hyped about this new one, but I mean, I'm still gonna play it, and hopefully, this
All
first
right. Well,
early
I'm
access.
looking up here, and it's saying that it don't got no DLC for it or nothing else. It's
Yet,
just early access.
right? Yet, though, yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just assuming, so I don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
speak for
I know.
anybody.
I just want to bring it out there so whoever watches it, but I wonder if that's on there. So I just wanted to put it out there.
Right, right. Don't want to mislead nobody, make them think like, oh, I'm paying $50, I'm gonna get the DLC. Yeah, I feel you, but like, I figured, I just assumed. So again, it's probably making an ass out of me for it, but I just assume if you're paying $50 and all you're getting is early access, then you know what, fuck the devs of State of Decay 2. But I can only assume that in the future there's gonna be DLC dropping for it.
Oh,
Otherwise,
most definitely, yeah.
Well, yeah, there might be DLC, but you're gonna have to pay for the shit.
but that's what I'm saying. With the Ultimate Edition, it should be like with Call of Duties. When you pay that $100, you're basically paying for the maps ahead of time instead of paying them individually as they come out. Yeah, it's like a season pass type deal. That's what I'm guessing the Ultimate Edition is, but I don't know. I don't know much about it, so maybe you can school us ignorant folk on that. Like, do you know anything about what the Ultimate Pass does include besides early access?
Yeah, that's all it's on there. It didn't say nothing about future DLCs or anything. It just said that's all you get.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Nothing.
get, yeah, because you
Wow.
play it. The only thing you get is you playing it 4 days earlier. That's all you're getting.
Hmm.
Nothing else
Well,
with
if
it.
they don't just let people who paid that 50 get that DLC for free when it drops, we need to boycott. We
Yeah,
need to
Yeah.
fucking start a petition.
'cause like they
Cause
said,
that shit.
they're gonna have a patch for it when it comes out when it's supposed to be released, which is upsetting.
Definitely.
Uh, On to the next. Black Ops 4 was revealed, my
Oh, you know what,
friends.
Tom? Hey, Tom. Sorry, I got one more thing to add to the. Since we have new controllers coming out,
Oh man.
Xbox. I read Xbox said something about they're coming out with the original Xbox controller, but it's going to come out for the. It's coming out basically for the Xbox One, the old school Xbox controller.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
I heard about that shit. I heard about that.
$70 fucking.
Yeah,
$70.
they could keep
Yeah,
that.
$70.
right.
And,
You
and,
can keep
and guess
that.
what? And guess what? And guess what? It's wired. It's not even wireless. It's wired.
Hey,
A
can the
$70
three of us
wired
do? Oh
controller.
my God! Like Jay and Silent Bob when they're around beating the shit out of people, making fun of them on the internet. We need to find the guy who sat in the boardroom, came up, and all the idiots who agreed that this was a good idea, and beat the shit out of these morons. That controller, I'm sorry, I don't want to fucking take up too much, but it was an abomination. That big
Yeah,
clunky behemoth of a fucking mess of a controller was not
too damn
exactly
big.
That motherfucker is the ball and chain that you will swing around. That's what that was.
right. Like I can beat someone to death with it. I just don't think I can beat somebody in Call of Duty with it because that big awkward motherfucker is and black. Who wants a black and white button? That's why we have bumpers now. We dropped the
Yeah,
fucking black and white buttons that were inconveniently placed, especially on the Behemoth controller. When they came out with the smaller controller for the Xbox, the black and white were a little more conveniently placed. But at the end of the day, they were just inconvenient buttons. That being said, with the way the bumpers are placed now, it's almost like it's set up like the PS4 controller, which gives you the L1, R2, so on and so forth. Putting them black and white buttons in there, who wants to fucking reach halfway across that big ass Bahama Mama controller just to toss a stun grenade in Call of Duty? Not me.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
hell,
that's
what
that's
about
that's
that?
terrible.
But what you thinking about that PS4 controller? It looks like the Xbox controller. Remember, Tony, the Onyx,
Yeah,
whatever that's
I
called.
think that was a pretty cool thing because if Xbox players who do get a PlayStation that who complain about that controller could get one that looks like an Xbox controller and play with that one.
Right. Because a lot of fanboys that I know of from Microsoft, you know, Xbox fanboys, that's their biggest beef. Is like, I don't like the controller, blah blah blah. Like I get it, but I don't know. I'm a fan of both. A PlayStation controller is comfortable in my hands as well as an Xbox controller. But for
My
anybody
thing is
bitching about
just,
it, you can't hate on it.
my thing is like, nigga, if you got small hands, do something about it.
I mean, you really can't. Look at Trump. Trump has small hands. What does he do about it? He just waves them around and flaps them and makes
Yeah.
fun of
He
them.
grabs him by the goosey.
Right, with them small ass hands. They don't even feel it. That's why they don't care. That tiny
So, let's talk about Black Ops 4.
Yes, sir. No thrust, jump, or no wall runs. Specialties are back. Some new, some familiar faces.
no campaign.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Weapons will get their own set of attachments. Zombies will have their AIs if you run a one solo. Difficulties, new mode zombie rush, 3 zombie maps. One's gonna be called Blood of the Dead with four of the old characters from the back one.
Oh yeah, the OGs.
They're gonna have the 3 zombie maps, where one of them's gonna be Blood of the Dead with the 4 old characters from the last one.
Blood of the Dead. Okay.
I bet you that Blood of the Dead, especially the Mob of the Dead app map with Tank Dipsy, Richtofen, Takeo, and Nikolai in it. I'm looking forward to that one. That's gonna be pretty sick.
So yeah, no campaign. Thoughts, please. Rick, go first.
Y'all go ahead. I'm still trying to process this whole shit.
All right, go ahead, Darren. Your opinion on this?
Suck ass idea, man. I mean, I understand why, because when people first when you buy a Call of Duty, the first thing you do, what is the first thing you do? You go to multiplayer. I understand that, you know what I'm saying, but still, I love playing the campaign personally, man. The campaign, I feel like the campaign, even with Infinite Warfare sucked ass. The game sucked balls. The campaign was the best thing on that game. That was it.
Gotta give it to Call of Duty, man. Even if you've hated their multiplayers over the years, as Dirk just stated, their campaigns have always been, worth the price of admission.
Yeah. But no campaign, I don't know about that, man. I like the campaign. I like the story they always had and came up with, you know what I'm saying? And no campaign, that's... Even if the chick on IGN said something, the chick at IGN, she was like, I live for the campaign, so I don't know how I felt about that. That's all she said. She didn't say nothing else.
Right, she wants to keep her job. That's why, as soon as that camera went off, these motherfuckers.
What do you think about it, Tone?
Elaborate for us, Tone. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I always love Call of Duty. Call of Duty is probably one of the most reasons why I got an Xbox from the first one, because that very first Call of Duty and that story mode was epic as hell. Going through the streets behind tanks and shit, clearing out places. That was great things about that. But over the years, I still play the stories, but some of them I hardly ever finished, I'll be honest. This one, I gotta finish. I'm gonna finish for sure. It's just that I spend so much time on the fucking multiplayer. It's not funny.
Yeah. Shit, man.
But, I would still want to. I would still want a story mode in it, because I feel like it ain't worth $60 if it don't got a story mode in it.
Thank you.
I mean, if we're gonna pay $60, you might as well throw the damn DLCs in there with it. Might as well, or already with it.
Give us that that $40 season pass that you tack on. When you give us a campaign and multiplayer game, then we get that season pass and drop a hundo on that shit. Make it all 60 now. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No story mode is a very terrible thing, because I don't want other people to be like, oh, look, we can make games without story modes and we don't get no fucking story modes for it.
Right, and then we paying $60 just to fucking get owned by teenagers who drink a lot of Monster and are better than the game at us, and, get told that we're gay and they're gonna bang our moms and get mad. No fun.
Yeah.
$60. But if I may go ahead and interject now and elaborate my thoughts on it, pretty much everything you said, Tone, is how I feel about it. other than like I wish you'd elaborate. I haven't really, if I'm being completely honest, gave a shit about a Call of Duty campaign in a long time, just because I've been getting kind of burnt out personally on them, like multiplayer and all. World War II brought me back into the fold. I've played every single one of them. Don't get me wrong. I've never completely just skipped the Call of Duty, but I gotta be honest. I think since Modern Warfare 3, I haven't finished the campaign, bro. Not to take anything away from them, because I'm not saying they're not good. I mean, the way Daryl talked about the Infinite War campaign and so on and so forth. The World War II campaign definitely got its hooks in me. That's the thing. But to take
Yeah,
it out though, whether I play it or not doesn't matter. What I like or what I play, you know what I'm saying? There
but
are
there's
fans out there
other people
like
who
Tone,
play
like
that.
Daryl. Right, there's
Yeah.
some
Right.
people who just don't skip it. Like I don't just jump on and play them anymore like that. So, you know, either way, I still wouldn't want to pay $60 for just the multiplayer game. That shit is insulting. It's bogus as hell, and I mean, it feels lazy. Honestly, if I'm gonna that was my whole point why I even chimed in was it just feels fucking lazy, and it's like a slap into the face to all of the. But maybe they felt that decline too. Who knows? Maybe they felt like their campaigns haven't really been like how me personally, like I said, I've skipped them. I'm sure there's other people out there same way, just jump straight into multiplayer, like Daryl said. But it still doesn't make it okay. You know what I'm saying? To
Well,
just
no,
drop it.
because they were doing it, but they said that they were gonna have it done in time, so they just threw it out of it. I don't. They're talking about if enough people complain about it, that they'll put it in and down the line. But what I'm afraid of, they might have to charge. They might try to charge you for the damn story mode.
Right.
Unless they, yeah, you know what they might
They
do?
would. Of
Yeah,
Yeah.
course. They would.
they might also put that part of the season pass as a DLC or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Which
Because
is terrible.
Call of Duty, yeah, they always have like 4 DLCs that come out within the year. You know what I'm saying? So they might fuck around and be like, I don't know, man. I think it's a bad idea. And then they try to go with the whole PUBG thing, Battle Royale. I'm like,
I'm glad you said that because I didn't want to get into that. We could talk for a long time and we ain't got all day. But yeah, really, do we need this? Do we really need a battle royale mode in Call of Duty? Does it even fit with the gameplay? I mean, there's a mini one. It's called Search and Destroy. It's not on the scale of 50 versus 50, but it's pretty much the same concept in a sense. Like one and done, you die, you're out. There's rounds instead of just one long one. Who knows though? This shit might take off. When it comes out, we might play the battle royale mode and get hooked. I don't know, but right now, no.
I want to see gameplay. I don't want to talk about that until I see a gameplay of it.
I hear
You
you.
know
I hear you.
what they were saying about it, how they're gonna take all the maps from all Black Ops and put them all in that battle royal. Sound pretty cool. With
Definitely.
with fucking vehicles for fucking helicopters to water vehicles to ground vehicles. I
Now, let
don't know.
me ask about this. Do you think it would be OP if these were attack vehicles in a battle royale game, like a helicopter that had guns on it, or a boat with a so on and so? Do you think that would deter or add to the gameplay mode of the battle royale in Call of
Well,
Duty?
that would depend because if they're taking all the characters from all the past ones, that means they should have their own shit as well into it. So you know,
Right? Are we gonna have perks? Are we gonna have weapon? Are we gonna have to
yeah,
find
it's
everything?
gonna. I think that's what I don't. I have no idea. They just said they're gonna put all the characters from it inside that fucking thing so we can pick from. Not sure if you gotta find weapons or what that's what I'm saying. I don't want. There's not really much you can talk about that situation until they show what's going
It's
on
all
inside of it.
speculation
right.
at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, what else was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah. Fucking Rick, man, they got a new Halo coming out.
Really, I have heard nothing about this Halo 6 yet.
Me neither.
I know it's happening. I mean,
What
it's
they say
given.
about it?
It's called Fire Team Bravo. It's gonna be exclusive for David Buster's. It's gonna be a light gun game.
Oh, well,
Oh,
that's
okay.
hype. Not gonna hype. Love. Who doesn't, bro? I grew up in arcades. I mean, I'm not an old man. I'm only 31. I consider myself young and young at heart, but to 18-year-olds, I'm an old fart. But I grew up in arcades, man, playing games like Time Crisis and House of the Dead, and even there's a little bit of newer one. I know some of y'all might have played it and checked it out. Tom, maybe you heard of it, Daryl. The Terminator Salvation. That shit was lit.
Oh yeah, I had
Those
that for
games
Sega
was
Genesis.
No, bro. I know what you're talking about, but this one I'm talking about is called Terminator Salvation, and it was a light gun game that you played in the arcade, like in that aspect, like how you would play,
You know what? Yeah,
Time
yeah.
Crisis.
I played it a long time. I was in Aladdin's Castle.
Big ass, like bro, you would hold this big ass gun, like it's the size of a real assault rifle, but huge, heavy. You can fucking cock it. There's a little button on the side for your grenade launcher. Like that shit was live. Like that shit
Yeah.
was so much fun. Now, that being said, that makes me want to go to Dave and Buster's right now and camp out just to be the first motherfucker to jump on that Halo. And be
Right,
like,
right.
you ain't up on this yet. Like I'm hyped for it. I didn't know shit about it, so thank you. No, I'm not gonna get no sleep tonight. I gotta work in the morning. I'll be up all night thinking about the fight. I still, like I said, I'm a kid at heart. I grew up in arcades, and I miss that arcade vibe, just being there around other people, getting, watching people line up to watch you play, slapping your quarter like I got next, and then just fuck. I was 10 years old running grown men off Mortal Kombat machines. We'll get into that. That's a topic for another discussion, but. Yeah, man, I'm hyped now. I'm glad you brought that up. Any information, please elaborate for us. Give us everything you
Yes.
know.
Nothing much, man. And they didn't really talk about it much. It's like fucking.
Wah, wah.
Uh, to be honest with you, I didn't really watch the Inside Xbox that much. But if you go back, I'm pretty sure I'll tell you everything you want to know about it.
Definitely. Yeah, I haven't watched Inside Xbox this month yet, man. And obviously, I'm missing a lot because of that.
Actually, no,
But
it was shit. But that was like one of the important
well,
things I thought I could tell you out of it.
Hey,
yeah,
Zary
definitely.
Herb here, Xbox Live here.
And I'm glad you're hyped for it, man. But there's many motherfuckers out there who ain't hyped for that shit.
Hey, I don't care what
I
other
don't.
people like.
Maybe,
I'm liking what
maybe.
I like.
Yeah, I know that, but maybe I think it's part because they were hoping for a fucking Xbox game. But
Yeah,
On the Halo 6, that shit's not coming out this year, so you can't look forward to that.
right,
They do got a
right. I
Halo
mean,
coming
Halo
out.
5 is still live.
Yeah, they got a Halo coming out, but it's gonna be like a one that's like
Spin off
brand off
type
like an
shit.
ODST, OG, or that
Yes,
ODST one.
I see
Yeah,
what you're
so
saying.
something like that. There's gonna be a certain one like that's gonna come out, but no Halo 6. Uh, what else? Forza was fucking announced for photos, and it might be taking place
Oh
in
God.
Tokyo.
Fucking Forza. Jesus. Next.
Damn. Look, I'm not a big fan of racing games personally. Like I played some old school ones, Midnight Club 3, Dub Edition, Need for Speed Most Wanted, a few of the Need for Speeds. But not to say that I don't like them. I'm just not a huge fan of racing games personally, but I can definitely see this, having a following. Maybe not a huge one, but I kind of
Yeah,
feel like Forza's gone the route of Call of Duty. Let's drop one every year type shit. But that's just me.
Yeah.
people with an X are probably gonna want to buy it because they want to see how beautiful it looks on the X. It's
Yeah.
probably right. People are probably gonna want to play it. Yeah, but that's what I've been seeing so far. But yeah, that's pretty much what I gotta say about that. One last thing before I let Rick get into his stuff. Fight Night Champions has been dropped backwards compatible. Yeah, and
Oh yes, I seen that.
I know Rick's happy about that, man. I used to always watch Rick play fucking
Bro,
uh
I was an online champ. Like literally, I had belts in online belts in Fight Night Round 3. I was a monster at that game. Not taking anything from the game itself, doesn't matter what my skill level was. I'm hyped for that because the funny thing is, it's like the boxing gods did that just for me because no shit, like a week before, like 2 weeks ago, I got the bug. Man, I played Fight Night Champion. Man, I still play Fight Night Round 3 on my 360. I still play, you know, I still play Fight Night Round 2 on my original Xbox just for fun from time to time. So I went and grabbed this champion and I started playing through the story mode again, and I had to go and beat up Isaac Frost for the 10th time, and here we come a couple weeks later, like now it's backwards compatible. Is it online though? Is my question. Can we go in there and punch each other in the head?
I think so. It should be able to. I think I've seen people playing online. I don't know if it's online, but you can play with your friends if they got it.
That would be cool enough, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a couple of our friends. Shout outs to Anthony Medina. I don't know if he's watching. I don't know if he cares or if he loves us enough to support our podcast. But you know, me and him, man, we had hours of fun with that game. He would come over and play it, man, and I mean, like I said, hours and hours of fun. That's definitely one of them couch co-op games that just never get old to me. So
That man played like he was fucking Muhammad Ali for real.
yeah, except his record was nothing like Muhammad Ali when he fought me, and you know, we can debate that all we want, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put my wins somewhere in the dozens above him, and he would get one, you know, every blue moon. Broke clock tells the right time twice a day, you know. But at the end of the day, if he, you know, wants to get these mittens, he knows where to find me. Shout out to AJ if he's watching.
Get these hands.
Right, get these hands.
Well, that's pretty much my list, man. What you got? What you got on the list, Rick?
Ooh, well, I got quite a few things on the list. I feel like I'm on the spot now. I just gotta
Well,
go
let's talk
nervous.
about
Oh
it,
shit.
bro. Bring it
Oh
out.
shit. Oh shit. No, speaking yeah, you're a little behind on the Rage 2 gameplay, Tone. I did see that. I wasn't tripping. I thought I saw it. It wasn't very long, but there's definitely a Rage 2 gameplay trailer, and holy sheep shit. It looks pretty the scale of it is pretty epic as far as like size.
Yeah,
It's definitely Godzilla. I mean, from what I've seen, it shows quick snippets and tidbits. It looks really, you know, bigger, open world. The the big thing is like the enemies. Looks like there's a few giant ones in there to I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. I don't want to get too much into it because like it's just one gameplay trailer and we haven't seen anything beyond that and some teaser trailers. But I just wanted to throw it out there. There is some gameplay trailers, so to everyone watching, if you're interested in Rage 2 at all, check that out if you haven't yet. That should be an interesting watch. But what I did want to mention was Agony. I don't know if anybody has heard about this game or if you haven't, you even remember it. So it got delayed. Agony, this game is definitely something different. If you're into the horror genre, if you're into the survival horror, if you like Resident Evil 7, if you like Evil Within, if you're into all that kind of stuff, like I know me, Tone, and Daryl are, but this game, if you haven't heard much about it, is basically you're in hell, and your object is to pretty much escape from hell. And that being said, I'm kind of oversimplifying it because I don't know a whole lot about the actual storyline because nothing's been revealed about it a whole lot. You can always look it up for yourself. Agony coming out soon, but from you know the little trailers I've seen in gameplay, total mindfuck. Like if you like Dante's Inferno and the way the levels were set up, the art, the design, the atmosphere, the creepiness of it all, think of that turned all the way up. That's what Agony is. It's set in first person though, from what I've seen, everything I've seen so far. Um, but it definitely has got my attention because that shit looks crazy. Like I said, not too many games have, you know, in the horror genre have really wrapped me up or got me interested in other, you know, besides the Evil Within. Actually, the Doom game, even though it's not technically a horror game, but Doom definitely, I like the remake of that.
hmm
But definitely check out Agony, man. If you haven't yet, you're a fan of the horror genre, give Agony a look. See, it definitely looks interesting, and I'm looking forward to that dropping. Tone, have you given any? I mean, you're a horror buff, man. You and me both, I know. So, have
Yeah,
you
it
seen,
looked
heard
it looked
anything?
crazy, man. I just want to know when they're gonna drop gameplay on it and when it's supposed to be released.
Um, it was actually supposed to release, if I'm not mistaken, this month, but they pushed it ahead. I did see a release date on it. You know, silly me, I had so many things to talk about because, like I said, I was so fucking kind of excited and hyped to even be invited to be on your podcast as a guest. I just got notes everywhere, and my dumb ass forgot to copy the new release date down because they do have a release date. There is a release date. I just don't know what it is. Gameplay wise, there might be a few sneak trailers here. I've seen some things where like, you know, it's all set in the first person, so the guy's creeping through all these, you know, scary atmospheres of hell. It kind of actually, from what I've seen of it, it reminds me if you've ever played Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Yeah,
When you actually get sucked into them portals and you're brought into the hell, quote unquote, hell regions of it. It kind of like that, but you know, like I said, turned all the way up. Dude that snuck up on this the demon, man. Just the enemies themselves are crazy looking. They're nuts, but you're sneaking up on him. He shoves him over the edge into a pit of fire. There's traps, like trap death, trap kills. Weapons wise, there's I don't know if there's guns in hell or how they're gonna do that or what the fighting is gonna be like, if it's melee, shooting, or a combination of both. Like I said, I've seen a little bit here and there, but it's also they show it in quick clips, man. Like when they show you a horror trailer, it comes in like blacks in and out and shit. But definitely give it a look, man. Look up some more stuff and find you some gameplay footage and let me know what you think. Maybe we'll talk about it more next week. I won't spend too much time talking about just
Yeah, it's coming out May 29th.
Oh, so it is dropping this month.
Yep.
Yeah, because I thought it had got delayed. Maybe that was previously supposed to drop in March, and they pushed it till May. So, yeah, man, there's got to be some gameplay footage out there, possibly then if it comes out this soon. But definitely check out Agony. That one had piqued my interest. One thing I wanted to talk about too, besides Agony, moving on from that, since wasn't a whole lot said. Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Have you guys heard anything about
What?
Daryl?
I haven't heard that, no.
So,
No.
does anybody remember that
Sega Genesis one?
Yeah. Apparently, Shaq wants to redeem himself in the gaming world's eyes, even though most people are either too young or just don't give a fuck. Don't care about that garbage ass game enough to even want a remake. It's more or less like my goof of the week. The reason I bring it up, like I'm gonna call it my stink of the week. Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Like, really? Do we really?
That's like Shaq trying to do Kazam again. What's wrong with Kazam?
Hey, I won't lie though. I did play that Shaq game though. I used to pick somebody else though and beat the brakes off his ass.
Yeah. I used to play it too. It had a kind of a cool. I was a Shaq fan growing up. I like Shaq and Penny. I was an Orlando fan when I was younger, just despite my other family members. They were all huge Bull fans. Don't get me wrong, but Shaq Fu was cool. Like they had mummies and monsters and vampires, and it was just a side scroll, like I guess it was a fighting game, but I think it would have maybe done better for what it was as maybe an action adventure, something along the lines of, like, if you remember Michael Jordan's Chaos in the Windy City. Anybody remember that game?
I didn't play it, but I remember. I never had a chance to play it.
It wasn't great, but it could maybe Shaq Fu would have done better or something like that. But anyway, moving on from that, yeah, that's just my stink of the week. Because Tone, you had said something to me before we were having a discussion about Rage 2, and there are actually people crying about that. Not to go keep backtracking and everything. There are people crying about it, saying, "Oh, nobody asked for this game. Nobody wants it made. Why are you doing this?" Well, you know what? Nobody asked for you either, but your parents went ahead and procreated, and here you are. Anyway, that's the same thing with like Rage. That's how I feel about Shaq Fu. Like, nobody asked for this game. Nobody wants this game. And probably nobody besides me and a handful of other people have actually even heard this was a thing. I think it's funny that they're going to do it. And beyond that, that's really all I have to say about that.
China.
But, Tone.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I wonder. Well, I'm curious about the graphics, man. How that's just gonna look. I wonder if he's just gonna be bullshit graphics and shit. Just be some type of indie game or what?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know much about it. I just heard about this fart of a game that somebody decided to fart out, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny. I want to make fun of it on the podcast, even if it's just for a couple of minutes." But yeah. So
What else you got, my guy?
How about this game called Vampire? Going back to the horror thing. Anybody hear anything about this Vampire game?
I seen stuff about it. Yeah, it caught my interest, not my entrance.
Your entrance was great. Every time you made a character, you'd come in real slow with the smoke, the Undertaker theme playing.
Yeah, no worries.
I love your entrance. Oh, I'm sorry. This is back in the day. We're talking WWE, No Mercy.
Hey, no bullshit. I still do the same shit.
20 years later, still got the same slow walk. And, that's funny. Speaking Miss AJ, shout out to our man AJ. Maybe we can get him in here one day to clown with us for a little bit. We talked, man, years ago, I remember saying back like when the SmackDown games were first coming out and getting big, and SmackDown versus Raw. AJ had made a joke about that like one time, like, man, Tone still does the same damn entrance, the slow walk with the smoke, trying to be Undertaker. And here we are, 10 plus years removed from that.
Right.
Same shit. He outed himself with that. That's hilarious.
I always made my guy big as hell.
Oh, stupid, man. I remember when they first introduced stats in that game, all right? Like where you can boost up your strength, your stamina, your technique. I fucking hated playing that game. Matter of fact, I'm still salty and I don't like you because this motherfucker would make characters. I don't care if you pick Brock Lesnar, the strongest dude in the game. This whole guy was so OP that the shit was like, it wasn't even fun to play with him. Like, I can still hate you for that. God. Anyway, I don't even know why you brought that shit up. Fuck wrestling right now. We're talking about this game called Vampire. We digress. Let's stay on that topic. No, what is this game Vampire, Tone? What do you think of that? You see anything? What do you know about it? Your thoughts?
Uh, I didn't see much about it. I just know that I think what did he be going around neighborhoods and shit or something like that, and
Oh, well. Way to elaborate for us. Thank you. For all the people who haven't heard, way to school them. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I don't know. Did you see more of it? Because to be honest with you, I saw like some of it, but
I know a little bit about it, but not a whole lot. Daryl, you know anything about this? I mean, I feel like you ain't talking, man. You're ignoring us. I feel like you don't like us no more.
No, I haven't heard anything about it. So I'm just
Okay.
listening. Yeah.
From what I know, basically, I look at it like this. Think of like a Siphon Filter or Splinter Cell game set in a gothic vampire tone. You're going around. The story I've read a little bit about, I mean, gameplay wise, and just check it out, man. I just wanted to, like I said, I just want to mention these things. I don't want to go on and on and on about one thing for too long, but definitely Vampire sounds interesting. Like I said, if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of Splinter Cell type gameplay and things like that, this might be for you. You might want to check it out and do a little research on it yourself and see if it'd be something you were into.
Oh, for sure.
yeah, because I seen a little bit of it. I just forgot some of the shit I seen in it, man.
Right.
It was like
feel
I seen it
kinda
like
the
a
same
month
way.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Take the floor real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's just gonna leave. It's his podcast. How does Daryl power bank?
He's going, and then going to take a shit.
Hold on, wait, he could have, at least did that before we started, so it just didn't.
Right.
I just realized we've been already going on for an hour and a half, dude. Is anybody even listening to us at this point? Like, does anyone even care?
I don't know. I think we might got one person watching, but you know what? Hey,
Hey,
it's
it
whatever.
is what it is.
But
We do this for
but
us.
you know what,
we
man?
have fun. We do this for the crew, for the love of what we like. So.
Yeah. You know what? I was looking up now. Deadpool. I've seen Deadpool, but I heard Deadpool was pretty fucking awesome. Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet. I had the opportunity to go see it opening night. I just got off of work. I was tired, and I didn't want
Yeah.
to go. I was going to go with my dad, but I didn't want to go without my wife. I feel bad. She's really looking forward to seeing it. And I already went and dissed her and seen Infinity Gauntlet with Pops and didn't take her.
Oh shit.
Which is funny, actually, 'cause last week when we were listening to the podcast, and me and my wife was actually sitting and listening to y'all podcast last week. We stayed on for the whole time because shit had me interested. Like, y'all fucking was talking about everything I like. So, anyway, only thing was, Daryl, you did say spoilers. My dumb ass, though, I left the volume on full blast, and she had caught wind of a few of those, and she was like, what? And I was like, nothing, don't listen to him, he's drunk. So, but,
He's belligerent. Don't worry about it.
yeah, he ain't nobody. No. But no, Deadpool 2, I haven't seen it, but I hear good things, except from IGN. And IGN, I always look at it as a credible, reliable source. But a lot of people was going in, man, at IGN because I was reading the comments. They gave it a 7.5. To me, that's not a bad score. A 7.5 is a good score. That's way above average. I mean, well, not way, but that's above average. It's a good score. But
Right.
people was ripping into him like, what? This movie was great. There's a few people who agree with him here and there, but I mean, at the end of the day, what the fuck is IGN score shouldn't deter you from going to see this movie. That's their opinion. That's how they reviewed it, and that's what they took from it. They took from it was a 7.5 movie. Most of the comments I read, it's funny, it's entertaining, it's good. A few miserable motherfuckers said it wasn't even as good as the first one. It was terrible. It sucked.
No.
How could you even?
You always
Yeah.
get that jaded person, man. It's
There's
fucking
always that
jaded.
guy who just don't like nothing. Just...
Man.
No, I heard it was a good movie.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I've been back. I just want to get a water real quick. I wasn't taking no shit or whatever else stuff you said I was doing.
I didn't say. I said nothing. I said.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking to that other prick.
Hey, I like that prick. All right, I'm fairly new to. We kind of just got reacquainted in it, but I like Dirt. Don't call him a prick. I'll fight for that nigga because.
Yeah.
Fuck that nigga.
But oh well, since we're being so friendly to each other, let's let's get back on topic. Let's not turn this into a roast session
For
unless you want
sure.
to go there. Unless you really want to go there, but my feelings, I'm delicate. I can't do this right now. I got anxiety.
Man.
Let's
I'm sorry.
Darksiders, man. Y'all fan of the Darksiders series? Daryl, Tone?
Nah, I never played none of them. I downloaded the
Yeah,
one that they
played.
gave us for PlayStation, but didn't get into it at all.
Oh well, okay. All right then. That just kind of you just crushed me because I was going to talk a little bit about Darksiders 3 and the gameplay.
Well, go on ahead, man. Talk
Oh,
about
no
it.
one cares. No, it's okay. Like I said, my feelings. No, no. Anyway, sorry, I'm stupid. I clown. I play too much. But I kind of always looked at Darksiders as like the poor man's God of War. Not taking anything away from the series. If any of y'all listen to fans, I liked them for what they were. I'm into the whole apocalyptic, end of the world, Armageddon, biblical type shit. All that's very interesting to me, especially when it's brought to life, you know, and it's something you can interact with and play in video game form. Like to me, being able to play as one of the Horsemen of Death was a really cool concept. Like I am war, just like in God of War. You are the God of War. In this one, you just happen to be one of the Horsemen of Death, who is war. That was the first one. The second one, you play as Death. This one, they're taking it in a different direction. You're playing as Fury, who is technically not one of the Horsemen of Death in actual biblical lore. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are death, famine, plague, and pestilence. So that being said, I guess they went away from the actual source material and they're kind of making it their own. So I seen Fury, and this is a different take on it because she's female. The first two were, like I said, War, and his brother Death was in the sequel. And the cool thing I like about the game too, other than the setting and me being such a fanboy of the lore and whatnot, is the fact that each of them have distinct play styles. Whereas War was a big hulking, had this fucking 10-foot giant Final Fantasy style Cloud Strife sword, and he fought his way. Death was more of a nimble, agile, quick, and had scythes, and yeah, you can get other weapons and armor and upgrades as you go along. And then this one is Fury. And from what I saw of it, though, the only thing that I mean, I liked it, it's cool, but it really feels like a god. I mentioned it being kind of a poor man's God of War. It really does look like a fucking blatant ripoff of the old God of Wars, because Fury, the way she fights, it's some type of whip or some type. Basically, it's like Kratos' chain blades, the blades of chaos from the first 3 God of Wars and the other spin-offs they had, except you have one of them instead of 2 of them. And I looked at that like, okay, can we be less original? Like it was like, really, come on, man. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I won't say I'm hyped for it. I just wanted to mention it. I don't know. I thought it might be worth a little mention, but it definitely at this point really feels like a blatant ripoff of God of War, a poor man's God of War, if you will. Definitely not going to compete with the new release we just got. But other mentions, I guess, if I got anything else, would be for the Xbox fans, because we don't really have a whole lot to look forward to if you're an Xbox fan.
Yeah.
Other than I guess Crackdown 3, I'm hyped for it. I was a big fan of the series, guys. Anybody besides me play the Crackdown game?
I like Crackdown. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it.
I tried it, didn't like it.
Fair enough. Everyone, not everyone's cup of tea. But I look forward to the third one. It might be fun. I'm probably gonna check it out.
You know what I think the problem? I'm sorry. I think the problem with Xbox is, man, I think they rush the game sometimes. They rush it and try to hurry up compete with Xbox.
State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say rush. I think they put them out because they had to fucking cancel a couple games, and they had nothing to compete with. So they're like, man, let's try to do what we can with this and put it out there. And I think that's what kind of screws them up.
Rush.
That's CFZ's. Yeah.
Like
CFZ's
DC
fucking trash
versus Marvel.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, basically.
I feel Xbox does rush a lot of their stuff too, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. Phil Spencer, I guess he has a lot of how do you say it? He's got a lot of hope for this Crackdown to come out.
You know what? that's
Because
kind of been Xbox's thing since day one, if I may interrupt you on that. I don't remember exactly if it was Phil Spencer back then, but when Xbox 360 first dropped, they did that same shit with a lot of games that ended up being okay, but not the AAA titles they were trying to force down our throats, like I remember like Cameo when that first came out in 360. That was supposed to be their big fucking Rare's finally developing a new game, a new IP, and yada yada. And Cameo wasn't a horrible game, but it wasn't the AAA blockbuster title they were trying to hype it up to be. You know what I
mm,
mean? At the end of the day, most of the games, like Tony, you said so yourself, most of the AAA games anymore aren't really there for Xbox. Most people buy it for Call of Duty, and now even Call of Duty is just it can be played on any system, so it's really like Xbox doesn't have the heavy hitters they used to with Halo and Gears and other titles like that. It's more or less now like it's a preference as far like right now. I'm just gonna throw it out there, man. Not being a fanboy because I like Xbox, I like PlayStation, but Sony killing the game right now. That's just a fact, from my
yeah,
Yeah.
opinion. You know, but yeah, that being said, Phil Spencer trying to fucking hype up Crackdown 3 to be the next big thing is probably not gonna work out the way he's hoping it will.
yeah. I don't know. There was like 'cause I listen to a few podcasts myself. Uh, there was rumors about he might be pushing it back again because it's not ready.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. I haven't heard anything about a release date yet. Every now and again, I pop into GameStop like, "Yo, release date yet?" And like, no. And like we always talk about when I go to the game store, so like it's probably gonna be we'll hear something at E3. So that being said, we got a couple of weeks before E3 gets here, and maybe we'll hear something then. But until then, like I said, I just brought up Crackdown because I'm gonna play it. It might be cool, but I mean I'm just trying to throw some Xbox stuff out there because really there's nothing that Xbox has right now
Yeah,
Actually, that
I
new
hope they
Crackdown.
come. What's up? Go ahead.
Actually, that
I
crack.
do.
Actually, when that Crackdown comes out, it's supposed to be on their Game Pass. I want to say. They've
Game
been talking
really?
about.
Crackdown 3?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. So much for that being a AAA title. They're just gonna give it away for like a.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's why they're probably gonna end up going to the stream servers. They're putting shit out like that to see how good it will sell. So if it does well, they can just do that and put that shit on PlayStation, fucking PCs,
Well, as far as I
whatever.
know with Crackdown, that's always been like a heavy Xbox exclusive like Gears and Halo, so it's like a third tier of those. I don't know if they'll ever actually bring it to PlayStation or PC, like you said. Maybe
Well,
they
yeah,
might.
yeah, I know. I'm not saying that, but I mean, like, let's just say that Game Pass succeeds and fulfills what they were trying to do, and they say, okay, fuck Xbox, we're done with Xbox, we're just gonna go ahead and just make the streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're saying that's what Microsoft might do with their console, like
Yeah,
scrap Xbox
And they've
as
been
a
talking.
whole?
Yeah.
yeah, they've been
Ah,
talking about doing streaming
so
service.
so like basically you're telling me that my Xbox is gonna be obsolete because there's no strong AAA first party titles for it coming down the
No,
line?
they're probably gonna make stuff for it, but they're probably gonna just go towards doing it like a Netflix thing.
Oh, so instead of dropping it, like the Xbox itself will still be of use. It's just all the games are going to be on a stream service as opposed to being put out
Yeah, they're just
like
not
a.
gonna make Xboxes no more after that.
Ooh, I don't, man. You know what? I
I don't
have
know how
heard
I feel about
nothing
that.
about that, but I don't think Xbox is failing that bad, are they? I mean,
No,
damn.
I don't think they're coming. These fucking guys got money up the ass. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. There's something
I don't.
fishy going on with it though.
Right.
But
I know that's just
I
unfortunate.
hope it's not true either because I think that would be shitty if they just went to a straight stream service. Because I don't know. I know I heard a few months ago, man, when Phil Spencer was start because he just got into office when the old boy stepped down. That they wanted to cancel Xbox. They wanted to just get rid of it altogether. But Phil Spencer said that he's like, no, he's like, I know there's something there for it that we should just keep going with
Really?
it.
When was this supposed to happen? I never heard that either. Ooh.
Uh, I had to look it up and send you the info about it, but
I mean, man, Xbox ain't that bad. Like, it's definitely as far as like the console wars go, quote unquote. It's in second, but it ain't
No,
that
no,
far behind.
no. This was before the Xbox One dropped.
Oh, okay. Man, I don't know. After 360 had a pretty fucking strong lifespan, man. Like it might have lost the overall console war like worldwide sales, but in America, man, 360 kind of killed it compared to PS. In my opinion, I think 360 killed PS3 mainly because of Xbox Live and the service it offered.
Mm-hmm.
PS3's online service at the time,
Well,
especially
yeah,
when it
that's
first
true. But after Old Boy, like I said, after Old Boy stepped down and Phil
stepped
Spencer
down.
took over, and the guy came to Phil Spencer and was like, "Yo, I want to finish Xbox," but that's when he was all like, "No, I think there's something there for it."
Hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I think they did a good job with the Xbox One. It's not the like I like my Xbox. I like my PlayStation.
Uh-huh.
Shit, I still like the Wii U. I ain't got to play the Switch yet, which I'm a little behind on that. But I mean, I just don't see Xbox being completely dead. I mean, if it goes like it did this generation, the next generation of Xbox systems, if it does go like this, or if it goes worse, I definitely see it fizzling out after the next gen if it sells as poor, does worse than this one did. Because this one still did pretty
Mm-hmm.
good, man. I mean, with Project Scorpio turning, Xbox One X to 4K shit, all that, it kept itself alive. It's not fucking with Sony, truthfully, right now, as far
Yeah.
Oh
as
yeah.
sales. But I mean, I just don't see it dying out anytime soon. But eventually, if it flops again, like if they get another flop the next gen, like I mean, I wouldn't call this generation a flop, but it definitely probably was one of their worst years. But
Yeah.
I just don't see it going anywhere quite so soon. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
Xbox
well,
still
I
is.
hope it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if that happens, Sony's gonna sit back and put their feet up and throw out whatever the hell they want to
Get
throw out.
lazy, right?
And
I
I don't
mean,
want that to happen.
yeah, me neither, man. 'Cause it's like you said, if there ain't no competition there, they're gonna kick their feet up, get lazy, and then just start farting out turds like Shaq Fu Reborn or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want
Uh.
that. Like,
So Nintendo, they had something. They said some stuff that they're supposed to reveal on E3. They said one, Star Fox will be a multiplayer game that you play online with other your friends and stuff. Like I said, with the membership we talked about last week, Tom,
Mhm.
$20 for a year. Which
not
I like
bad.
Star Fox back in the day. Star Fox is pretty neat. And then they said too about Super Smash Bros. I love Super Smash Bros. Personally. That shit's tight. They're supposed to have some gameplay of that this year. And they also said something about Fortnite coming to the Switch. I could see this. I can see Fortnite. I was thinking about this. My Fortnite is technically kind of like a Switch game. I feel like if you ever play Fortnite and look at it and like, okay, this shouldn't be on PlayStation or PS4. I mean Xbox or PS4. Like this is more like a Switch game. I feel. Yeah, it's like colorful and it's all like just. I don't know. I didn't like Fortnite. I thought it was kind of trash personally.
Well, here's the thing. Just let me elaborate on that real quick, man. Everyone thinks Fortnite is just this fucking battle royale game. The battle royale thing actually came along after the game itself. Like it was kind of like a tacked on thing, and it just took off pretty much. Like it was more or less like this is like how Gears of War multiplayer did. Cliffy B when he first dropped Gears of War, not to go back too far, but he thought it was a campaign and the co-op that was really gonna make it big, and the multiplayer was kind of a tacked on last minute decision. It ended up blowing the fuck up, becoming the phenom that it is today. What we're fucking 4 or 5 games in Gears of War franchise. Same thing with I mean, not same thing, but with Fortnite. Fortnite was originally meant to be a four-player co-op, like survival, like Call of Duty Zombies type gameplay, but
Mm-hmm.
cranked up. And then this fucking, for some reason, this battle royale mode just took off and overshadowed the fact that there's more to this game than just that. Now, that being
Mm-hmm.
said, like don't completely sleep on Fortnite, man. If it ever drops for free, because it's supposed to eventually sometime this year, definitely give that four-player co-op shit a try. Because if you haven't seen anything about it, watch some videos, watch some gameplay. It looks like a fucking straight up blast to me. Like different classes, the way you build everything, you're surviving, you're setting traps, you got waves and waves and hordes of enemies coming at you. I
Yeah.
think that's fun. The battle royale, it's hit or miss for me. It depends on my mood. I haven't played it in a long time, but I know people who play that shit religiously, like it's the greatest
Mm-hmm.
thing since Pants or Pockets, in my opinion. But anyway,
Yeah, I can't
Yeah, my little
stand that
brother.
damn shit.
Yeah, my little brother game share. That's one of the games he bought, and he plays that shit religiously. I played it. I just couldn't get into it. I was like, man, what
I
is
don't know
this?
why. I don't know. I don't know what's so good about it. I don't know.
It's like
Yeah,
a
because
bootleg PUBG.
it's like the NBA or the NFL Blitz or fucking Battle Royale or something.
Yeah, I like that comparison. But again, man,
Yeah.
y'all are just looking at it like it's a battle royale game. It's really not. It was meant to be a co-op,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I know that. I
team
know that.
game.
But it was just
But
that that Battle Royale took
I get what you're
over.
saying, though. You just don't see the appeal of the battle royale mode, why it's as hype as it is. I do, but at the same time, it's not for me. I look at it like some new hip hop, like just I like some of the new shit. I don't, but some of it, it's just not meant for us. It's not our demo. We're not the target demographic for Fortnite, man. It ain't for guys like us. It's for the 18 to 25 crowd mostly, I think, where you know, at the man, like I said, don't completely write off the game just because of the battle royale mode. Give the full game a chance.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I'm not right at all. I'm just saying that the Battle Royale is just not something that I fucking want to enjoy.
Right, I feel you. I'm gonna play it all day, every day,
I
like I
seen a
do.
fucking jerk. I seen a guy shoot a handgun and kill somebody 300 yards away. I was like, oh yeah, that's really gonna happen.
Well, well,
Well, no, I mean like sniper
Thanos.
wise.
Yeah,
Thanos is. I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. But yeah, I mean, Fortnite is cool, but it just ain't my cup of tea as far as battle royale mode is concerned. So I'm definitely with you on that. But you were saying, Dur, you definitely got my attention with this Star Fox you mentioned.
yeah,
Uh,
cause Star
is is
Star
it
Fox is
just
shit, man.
multiplayer, or does it have campaign mode too? Or
Oh yeah, it has a campaign. It's campaign and multiplayer. So yeah, Nintendo ain't stupid.
I right? Nintendo ain't fucking Activision when they call. Man, I'm gonna flex, man. I love Star Fox from Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64. Them games was hype as fuck, man. Love the Star Fox games. So a new one for Switch. I might buy the Switch for that. I mean, the Switch got games, bro. Like even I don't even want to go there and say this because I don't want to offend nobody. I like my Xbox, but man, even Switch is kind of killing Microsoft with the fucking first party
Yeah,
titles.
the
No,
the
no, it
switches,
is. That's the truth.
the
I
switch,
nigga,
the
I
switch is
mean, you
nice, man.
got Zelda, you got that Mario Odyssey, bro. I heard y'all talking about that last week, that Mario Odyssey,
Man,
man. I brought up
that's
Zelda,
Zelda, bro. That Zelda looks fucking badass.
right? That Breath of the Wild, I heard, man, it had so many
Yeah,
Game of the Year nominations, and man, but yeah, I mean, you got Zelda, you got Mario Odyssey, you got Star Fox now, you got the new Super Smash Brothers going on, all them games. All them games is what make people buy Nintendos, and yeah, I'm just saying, Microsoft, like everybody's saying, I want to see you step it up, bro.
yeah, and then I guess it's also been released that Monster Hunter and Wolfenstein 2 is coming to the Switch.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be a different type of Monster Hunter though. It's supposed to be like the older
Yeah,
one that came out.
You know what? Yeah, because I played Monster Hunter World on the Wii U. I liked it. I loved it. I thought it was a great fucking game. I definitely liked how the game. Now I got. That's why I got. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep trying to take over the conversation, or nothing, but I just wanted to say what I
be
like.
good.
This new Monster Hunter, bro. I fucking like it. I like it. I want to like it more though. It's just so fucking difficult for me. I just can't grasp it yet. It's so fucking. First of all, it's so big, and they kind of just drop you in without much tutorial, which they kind of did in the Monster Hunter World for the Wii U. But if I felt like the gameplay itself was a little more simplistic, in a good way, I feel like it's a little overly complex now. There's so many. I like the fact that there's so many different weapon options and the weapons fucking morph. Have you guys ever played this new Monster Hunter at all? Either of you?
No, I haven't played it.
No,
No,
Man,
I
it's
hear a lot of great
cool.
things about
not
it.
because I
It's
don't want to, just I haven't had the money for it.
Right. It's cool. Like, honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. This is just me personally. So the Monster Hunter fans don't get offended. Don't think I'm talking shit because I do like this game and I want to like this game more. But I almost feel like I wasted $60 on it because of this. Like I picked it up, I played it, I spent hours just fucking customizing my character and then getting through the opening sequence and it was fucking live. It was lit. The whole first half hour of the game itself is really cool, man. And then like I said, I spent hours just choosing my weapon, bro. Just choosing my weapon. I easily spent an hour and a half or more just picking which weapon I want for my character because they let you preview them, which I think is a really cool concept, by the way. They let you play with them, get the hang of them, learn how they work. And as much time as I spent on each weapon that I personally like for my character build, I still don't get it. Like, it's hard. It's very timing based, button presses. They don't really show you. There's so many different combos that it's kind of hard to memorize more than just a couple for me, maybe because I'm getting old or whatever. And, my memory ain't what it used to be, but it's very complex, which I said, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. If you're a casual and you pick that up, you ain't going to like that game most likely if you're just a casual gamer. If you're a hardcore gamer and you really get into what you do, you're going to fucking love it because it's got a lot to offer co-op wise. It's got a lot to offer single player wise, customization, action, RPG wise, exploration, uh, crafting. To me, it really does have it all. So that's why I said, don't get me wrong when I say I felt like I wasted 60 on it. I feel like that because of how much time I have spent in it so far, and I haven't even scratched the surface because I just can't really. The gameplay itself, it's just so difficult for me, and I just need to definitely probably maybe invest more time into it and get the hang of it. But I say give it a shot, man. If y'all get a chance, even just if you rent it or borrow it from a friend, just check it out.
Now, I'm gonna ask both of you guys a question. Do you think at E3, PlayStation, or Xbox is gonna show get the Xbox One X Slim or some bullshit like that? You think they might show a slim version of the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro? I think Xbox might try it.
I don't think so, man. I don't know, because it's getting close to the end of the fucking generation. I think they're gonna start preparing to do for new shit. I don't know. People saying it's coming 2019, 2020, man, but officially it should be done 2023.
I definitely feel bad about that, dude, because I feel like I still just got the shit.
Yeah, me too. If that's gonna happen, then why the hell I spend 500 on the Xbox One X? But I don't know. On the E3 topic, man, I hope PlayStation just surprises me with some new shit instead of just showing the four same games. And
What do they got coming up big time? I mean, I'm looking forward to Detroit Become Human myself personally. That's one of my big things I
yeah,
want to get. Besides, I still want to pick up God of War. Yeah, I know. Don't fucking berate me for it. Haven't got to it yet. I'm going to. That and Yakuza 6. Those are my big three right now that I'm looking forward to for PS4. But what else do they got coming, Tone? School us. Less Fortune cookies.
everybody knows Spider-Man's coming September. Days Gone's coming.
Fuck that. That's the other one. That's my fault. I don't know how I forgot about that. Yes,
Days
Spider-Man.
Gone's coming next year, 2019. Uh, what else were they coming in? There was four of them. They're all Last of Us 2. How could I forget about that one?
Crazy. Crazy.
There's one more. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay. Now
And I've
you
been hearing talks. I've been hearing talks that Devil May Cry is supposed to be revealed this E3.
man, real quick. I don't want to stay on the film, but I like that Devil May Cry remake. I thought it was cool, man.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Got a lot of hate because the new look on Dante and whatever. But I
Well,
definitely like
that's because he was younger at that one. I guess it was supposed to be or something, right? It was supposed to be him when he was
I don't know
younger.
if it was. I think it was supposed to be a reboot. I don't know if it was a prequel or a re. I want to say it was like a little bit of both, like a
Yeah, I thought
prequel
it was a
slash.
prequel.
But I liked it, man. I liked what it was. Like it was a cool ass game. But yeah, man. That being said, I wanted to ask a question. I didn't want to stay on the Devil May Cry topic too long. Maybe we can talk more about that next week or later on. But bro, with all them games you just named, you said I hope they show more than those four. On top of the four you just named, I named 3 or 4 myself. They still have, bro. That's 8 games. Nigga, you do the math. 8 times 6. That's almost $500 worth of games, and probably I'm gonna say thousands of hours of gameplay right there. What more do you want? How about
Well,
Sony slow down and give these other? No, I'm kidding. Don't slow down and give these other guys a chance because you're killing it right now. Sony, man, Sony's fucking blessing us this year, bro. They really
yeah,
are.
yeah. What it is though, because Sony takes years on game. Oh yeah, I forgot too. Death Stranding. That's supposed to be get some gameplay too. the new Hideo Kojima. You know what upsets me? I've been listening to these Microsoft podcasts too, these Xbox guys, and they're talking about, look, at these people are excited for Death Stranding or something they never seen, but what they don't understand is that it's not because of the game, because we all know Hideo Kojima be coming out with some raw motherfucking shit.
Right. You don't have to question this man's motives or his.
Yeah, see,
You
but they
feel me?
don't know that because they're fucking on Xbox and they don't know what
Fanboys.
he could do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with fanboys, man. They're too close-minded. They're too in their own little world to realize there's more out there than just Microsoft. If you're a gamer, bro, you play a little bit. If you're, I consider the three of us hardcore gamers, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners are too. I'm sure there's fanboys here and there too, but the game world has a lot more to offer than just Xbox, than just Nintendo, than just Sony. You can get a little bit out of all the world, but right now, if I was like somebody new wanting to get into gaming and they're like, what should I play? I'm probably gonna throw these motherfuckers a PlayStation. Like, all right, here's Last of Us, here's Uncharted, here's God of War. You know what I'm saying? Plus and that's shit that's already come out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh, all these games are getting sequels. This one has a remake that just came out. These are new titles coming out with Days Gone and this and this. But that's just me, man. Sony's just murdering the game right now. That's just a fact. As much as I like Xbox, fuck feelings and opinions aside, Sony killing the game. And anybody who's like, how could you be hyped for a game you haven't seen yet? Well, I mean, just because Xbox hasn't given you anything to be hype about, don't be salty about what PlayStation's getting because you don't have one. You know,
yeah.
your fault.
Little nigga.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Fucking, to me in that game, have you seen like the videos and stuff for that game, Death Stranding?
Is that the one? Is that? I don't know. I could be missing. Is that the one with
Norman
Norman
Reedus?
Reedus?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've seen just little bitty bits, so I can't speak on it. But I couldn't even tell you what the fuck's going on in any of the things I've seen. I'm just like, what is this? And why do I'm not getting enough to fucking know anything about it, but I want to know more. You know what I mean? Like, why
I'm,
is he naked? Why is he holding
I'm,
that baby? Why does he have
yeah.
matrix plugs in his back? Like, answer these questions.
I'm thinking
I
that's
need to
gonna be
know.
like both of his best franchises gonna be put into one, and I think that's what Death Stranding is.
So
It's
what you
that
think he's
weird
gonna be like
Silent
a Metal
Hill-ness
Gear?
with that Metal Gear-ness into it.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you know what? Sold. Like if somebody was I never heard anything about this game and somebody said that to me, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to get that. Just because I'm a fucking huge fan of Silent Hill and Metal Gear. So
Hmm.
like you
Uh,
said, yeah, you can't sleep on Kojima, man. If you do, again, your fault.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking look, man, I'm really, really looking forward to that Last of Us, man. I want to see what's going on with that.
So
I've
we
seen
do
enough
name
of,
dropping games.
yeah, they're still gonna show more Spider-Man, but I think I've seen enough of Spider-Man, knowing what I'm gonna
Yeah,
get, man. I'm sold on it.
exactly. Right.
Uh, and what was the Ghost of Tsushima? I'm ready to see what's going on with that too. That's another one.
I did see a little bit about that. Um, At first, just based off the name, until I did a little more research myself, I thought it was going to be like a fantasy type game. But apparently, it's supposed to be set. It's very realistic. It's based on some actual samurai and his story and him coming up in these, feudal Japan area and the battles. And so, I don't know a whole lot about it, but from what I mean, I like shit like that. Like I'm thinking along the lines of like Last Samurai meets some other type shit. We're finally getting a good samurai game. Like Neo, I remember hearing a lot about that game, how hype it was supposed to be, but then that kind of wah wah, didn't really take off. But
Well, what was that one game with Capcom made? That Japanese game. It was, man, it was a dope ass game.
what
All of them.
that Japanese game that Capcom made? Every game Capcom makes is
Well,
Japanese.
no, but it was like more of a samurai one. Ominusha or something like that.
Oh, Onimusha, bro, that was Resident Evil meets Samurai. Man, I
Yeah,
fucking like those games, bro. I was
yeah,
a
that
big
was
fan.
sick.
That shit was cool as hell.
You remember Tenchu? That was that shit too.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I remember
you
that
remember
shit. Yeah.
Tenchu. Stop it. Hell yeah. Tenchu was, man, fuck. There was a game I bought not too long ago, man. It was called Origami. it was something like Tenchu in terms of like stealth ninja gameplay, and that's the only, I guess, comparison I can give it to. It wasn't great. It was alright. I think I bought it for like $20. The art style, I don't think you would be a fan, Tone, because it's the cell shaded animation style type art. But it was cool, man. Like you could teleport and you sneak up on motherfuckers, assassinate. I didn't give it a whole lot of time because again, I don't have a whole lot of time to dedicate to gaming like I used to. So when I do play games like that, like okay, I get it, I get the feel for it, and be able to make it my own. But it was a cool game. But I would definitely like to see some more tension, man. I'd
Hmm.
like to see some more stealth music. Even man, like you were talking about last week, bro. I think you mentioned something about a Splinter Cell. You know anything about
Yeah. It's supposed to be one of the games that Xbox is supposed to fucking release.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Well, if
Xbox exclusive.
anything, if Xbox has anything going for it, it might be that. That and Crackdown, but that's I don't know. Maybe there's more that I'm overlooking at the moment, but
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. Man, I don't know. Like I said, I want to see Xbox come crazy, hardcore, crazy, man. But for
yeah.
some reason, deep down, I feel like they're not, man. They're probably gonna come talk about some more software bullshit, man. So
We'll software our games. But I get what you're saying, man. Like you want it to be something good, but you just feel in your heart that it's just not gonna happen. And
yeah,
I kind of feel the same way, man. But I don't know. They might surprise us every now. Like okay. You know what? Here, I kind of forgot about this. So I heard Fable 4 that got shelved a while back, which, bro, I'm a Fable fan. I love that fucking game. I think it's overlooked in terms of the RPG world, but I like Fable. I like the art style, I like the world of it, Albion. I love it. I still visit it from time to time and play, the Fable Anniversary and just for fun. But
yeah. Those were great games. But the twist about that is Forza Horizon people who made or the people who made Forza Horizon is gonna make that game.
okay, so it's no longer why did I forget this man's name? But it was Lionhead Studios. What was the man's name who created it? I used to follow him pretty heavy, but yeah, I mean that sucks, but who knows, man? Maybe a new studio can bring a little new life or a new flavor, add something to it. Like with each Fable, I felt like it progressed and added new things and got better, but it didn't really do anything too crazy groundbreaking in terms of, like I said, newness. It just kind of stuck to the same formula. It ain't broke, don't fix it. Hey, let's add some co-op. Hey, let's add this, let's add that. Little things here and there, but let's keep it what it is. Maybe this new dev team will do something special and really revitalize the franchise. If not, hopefully we just get a good fucking Fable 4 out of it.
Hmm.
But
Oh, here's some news, guys. Reading online right now that Xbox new console probably won't be coming out for another 3 years, but the PS5 is tipped to release between 2019 and 2020.
no, see, I'm sorry, man. Again, I feel like I don't want to talk too much on here, but no, with all these games that Tone just said are coming out, let me enjoy my PS4 a little longer before you drop some new shit on me. Let me get some fucking lifespan out of this and
Hmm.
enjoy these fucking games, man. Not because I already know what they're gonna do. I have a feeling if they really do drop it that soon, Last of Us 2 remastered, God of War remastered, and these games are still fresh and new in our heads, like literally. So what new AAA titles could they come? I think that Sony might shoot itself in the foot with that one if they drop some
They
console
said, and they said some
exclusive.
speculate that PlayStation might release some stuff about the PS5 at E3.
Well, we'll see, man. What's going on with that? What are you reading that on?
It's what's it, Express. Looked up on Google.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh
but
no, I hope not, man.
I mean, they
Because
got the. I've been reading them, man. They got the components to start making the PS5.
yeah, I
Right,
heard
make
that too, but
get
that
it in
takes
development.
years though.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm all for them starting it now and revealing it like at E3, like, hey, we're working on some new shit. Be on the lookout in the next 3, 4 years. But no, I'm not ready. Like, I still want to play Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, Days Gone. Like,
Yeah, well, I don't think they'll do that because that means that they're gonna let Xbox get ahead of them, and they're gonna make something way better. Then that's gonna blow them out of competition.
what do you mean?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I kind of,
I mean, if
I don't
they
really
did
quite
that
understand
now,
what you're
okay, you said Xbox got what? How many years before they did something? Dirt said on there.
They said 3 years that before the new console comes out.
Okay, so that means that they'll have a whole year before it. Okay, you said 2019, 2020, and that will give Xbox to 2021. So they'll have a whole year to redo and do what they want to do after what they see the PS5's got. And that's going to be like Sony showing them what their whole card deck right then and there. And,
Okay,
do-
I feel you now. Yeah, revealing your whole hand to us before you a little too
yeah,
soon.
instead of,
That's what I mean.
that they need to drop it at the same time. I mean, the only reason
Or
why they
around the
dropped,
same time.
yeah, around the same time, but the only reason why it is right now is because Sony fucked up and made that 720, and everybody complained about it.
Wait, what? What's that? What's the
No,
Yeah, what is
difference?
that?
the OG Xbox One, it was 720p, and the PS4 was 1080p, and fucking all the Xbox gamers were complaining about it. That's why they dropped the S and the Xbox One X.
Oh, so you're okay. I see what you're saying. So you're saying because Xbox One wasn't in 1080. Xbox ran in 1080p, bro. I got the day one of my shit runs at 1080p. It's not 4K, but it
Well, I
runs at
don't know.
1080.
They said that when it came out, it was running at 720.
Oh, okay, it's probably then like a software update or something, maybe. Okay, I
Yeah,
see what you're saying. No, no, okay, I was lost. Like, no, it shit runs at 1080. I'm pretty sure I checked the resolution the other day on mine because I was having some lag problems with my screen and shit. But anyway, okay. Yeah, man, I feel either way, like Xbox, PS, Microsoft, Sony, chill on the new system. Show us some new shit if you want to give us a little hint, get everyone ready for the coming generation, but let us enjoy this one for at least another, man, at least 2 years. And to me, that ain't enough. Give me at least 3 more years on my three or on my one and on my PS4, man. I'm still enjoying my shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
yeah, but it's not one person's gonna stop them, man. Everybody else is like, when they drop the X, they're like, oh, look at the fuck. Look, they got 4K and we got checkerboard 4K. We want the PS5 already. And I'm like, man, no,
So what?
not
You think
yet.
the PS4's 4K isn't as good as the Xbox?
I don't know. That's what they were speculating, but I don't think so. They did pretty much the same to me.
Bro, I was gonna say
Wow.
4K is 4K, bro. Like, I mean, if you want to get really super technical about it, it's probably barely noticeable. Like,
Yeah.
barely. You know what I mean? So I don't see why people would complain about it. I think it's just something for fucking
It's
people to
just
bitch about.
people fucking, yeah, just wanting to bitch. And they bitch about anything, man. I mean, sometimes I wish they never made the internet because too many people fucking bitch about so much shit and just ruin shit.
That's what it, man. The internet gives a voice to every idiot out there, and it just don't apply to gaming, bro. It applies to everything. So you better
Movies,
listen carefully.
fucking wrestling,
I hear you, man.
MMA, bullshit, all kind of shit, man.
And I'm not saying I'm easy to please, but yeah, most motherfuckers are just a little too overly critical and just like, and they I don't know, man. I feel you though. I know exactly what you're saying. I don't even want to get into fucking net nerds and fucking trolls because that's what they want is attention. And if you don't give it to them, what happens? They fucking die. They slowly wither away. So
Yeah. But is there
there's
anything
always that
else, man?
option.
So we can fucking end this podcast. It's been over 2 hours already.
I'm
Oh
sorry, man.
shit.
No, it's good,
Hey, you
man.
can end it if you
Oh,
can
for
end it
sure.
if you want, man. I'll say what I got for next week. I mean, I got a couple more little things, but
Oh, yeah, go
not
ahead.
really.
Drop it then. Let's go.
No, because I don't want to keep it going too long, and then fuck, I don't want to use up all my ammo for next week. I just wanted to, like make a little shout out to, make maybe mention some TV shows like, hey, Rick and Morty, it got renewed for 70 episodes. So if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, you have something to rejoice about. Little things like that, or if you haven't seen American Gods yet, man, stop what you're doing and fucking watch an episode or two of American Gods. Don't sleep on that show. It's definitely worth a watch, man. Um, like I said, I don't want to. I'll save a couple of. Me and Daryl was talking about Deadpool 2 earlier. I wish we'd have got a little more time to talk about some movies and things like that, but we can always save it for next week. I mean,
I know we kind of spaced off and started talking about all kind of shit.
not really. We started out with the wrestling. Daryl had kept the whole wrestling and MMA conversation going for a while, and then you with the gaming, and then you gave me, like a good half hour, 45 minutes, which to me, I felt like it lasted longer. Shit, because I felt like I was talking forever, as being a guest spot that I have, fucking, I'm honored, like, again, and I appreciate you having me on here.
Well, I don't even
But,
consider you a guest spot, bro. I thought you probably wanted to be in this,
man, I would
But
fucking
we can
love to
talk
be a
about
part of
that. We can
this.
talk about that
Man, hey,
offline.
you know what? I would love to be a part of this shit, man. If I can do it every week with y'all, I would definitely be here. I don't see why not.
Most
I
definitely,
work,
man.
I work days, Saturdays, so my nights are free. Tomorrow, I got a short day. I don't even have to be to work till 2 tomorrow. Shit, we can keep this podcast going. We can get lit. I'll crack a bottle and get drunk and just keep. We can go crazy. We can go crazy on the podcast. No, but no, man, I do. I appreciate you bringing me on. I appreciate you having me. Let me, fucking get my opinions and my thoughts on things out there. And fuck, even just sit here and bullshit with y'all. I love, like I said, listening last week, man. I heard you when I seen you, dog, was doing a podcast, and I gotta check it out. It's my guy, and I know Daryl too. I like Daryl. So let's see, y'all. What are we gonna talk about? Y'all definitely kept it live for the whole hour and a half. Kept me interested anyway. I was like, man.
Yeah,
Man,
buddy.
these dudes is definitely, doing something, and whether, fuck, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, maybe I could come in and bullshit with y'all. And you blessed me enough to allow me to do that. So I appreciate it. I would love to stay on with y'all, man, and talk bullshit every, once a week. Definitely be a fun thing to
Most
do,
definitely,
man.
man.
Hopefully, bring in more people. Like I said, like I was, I throw a few shout outs to Mr. Medina out there. I don't know how if he would listen or if he did listen, but maybe we could get him to come on and joke with us one day, or maybe even bring a couple of the other homies in here, Tone, Daryl's, the homies,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Even fucking just get in, like you said, the interaction from the people, man. Give us your comments, chime in, tell us what you think. Give us some topics to talk about, man. We're here to fucking, it ain't just about us, I guess, at this point. I'd like to point out, like, they let me come in and bullshit with them. They want me to be part of the team. Fucking everybody. This is for all of us. All things nerd. It's like, we call it now, all things podcast. I
All
like
talk.
that. Oh, okay. All talk podcast. I was close-ish. And yeah, it's definitely. I think the shit is lit, bro. And I look forward to doing it again with y'all. Then, but fuck, I
For
want to see
sure.
some things for next week, bro. We
Yeah, that's
talking about
cool.
some UFC, MMA shit. I like listening to shit. Y'all are schooling me on the wrestling tip and what's going on. Cause like I said, I ain't following no more like I used to, but I definitely learned a lot more about what's going on and look forward. That's what I'm saying. I look forward to learning. I look forward to interacting with y'all and fucking getting our opinions and views out there about what's going on in pop culture world.
Yeah, of course, of course, man. Yeah, I think you did a great job down here today too with us, man. Uh,
Appreciate you.
but if you want, man, you can go ahead and give out where to reach you at. If you want, people
Oh
to look
shit, man,
at their
shit. If
fans of you.
anybody who listening and chiming in with us, shit, you can contact me on Facebook. I won't drop my real name, but you can go ahead and check me out. Rick Grimes on Facebook. Rick Grimes on Twitter. That's RICGRYMES at Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Y'all can add me on there. I don't have a YouTube channel as of yet. I'm not really big on that whole YouTube thing quite to this point. I got enough social media to handle without getting another one. But y'all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. All of them is the same, man. Rick Grimes, RICGRYMES. Check me out.
All right, for
For
sure, for
sure.
sure. Go ahead there.
Shit, you hit me up on Xbox, Sony, and YouTube and Twitter. Dirt219. All across.
And
Yeah,
just
man.
follow me or rate the Emperor on Twitter, man. If you ever want to get all my other shit, I'll give it to you through there because that's how it
Oh
be.
yeah. My fault. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad actually, Daryl. You right. Yeah, y'all can. Hey, if y'all want to fucking link up in game too, if you ever need somebody to school you in Gears of War, somebody to fucking be a solid teammate in Call of Duty, you can check me out on Xbox One. Gamer tag, same thing. Rick Grimes, RICGRYMES. It's a little different on PlayStation. I had to change the tag. It's Rick underscore Grimes, GHRYMEZ. You know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and add me on both PS4 and Xbox One. We can link up. We can get some games going, man. So yeah,
Yeah,
let me
he's
know.
a
I know
solid
what you.
dude on Gears of War, man. I seen him. I seen him.
Oh, Solid. I'm a beast. You follow me on Twitter, you're gonna be like, God damn, no. I fuck with that Gears though. I'm a little superhuman at the Gears. You know what I'm saying? I can carry my own weight at Call of Duty. You know, motherfuckers still play Halo 5. I'm one of those guys. Holler at me on Halo 5. You know what I mean? Just shit. Even if you just want to link and bullshit, join the party chat. I play 2K. I play. Anybody want them mittens? We mentioned that Fight Night Champion backward compatible. You can get these.
The mittens.
Get these hands. I'm putting mittens on. I'm gonna molest you with my fists. You ain't gonna like it. So I don't think you want to play Fight Night with me. No, I clown. But yeah, seriously, check me out. Check out Daryl Dirt219. He's on there too. Tone at Wraith the Emperor. That nigga don't run shit, but you know he's Wraith the Emperor anyway. You know.
Nigga, I run everything. I just don't run outside.
I know you scare me, man. I watch you play Call of Duty, and I'm like, I'd rather have him on my team than against me, you know. But good thing we're friends and shit, so I'd rather be with the nigga than against him. That's all I'm saying. I watch him run around shipment with that shotgun. I'm like, man, fuck this dude. I don't want to be on the other team. Check us all out, man. That's what we do. We game. We have fun. That's what life is about, right? It's about having a good time, not being so miserable all the time and hating everything that is meant to be for your enjoyment.
Yes, sir. That's about it. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button, man. If you catch this video later, man, buddy, put them comments in. You know what I'm saying? I'll get back to you next week about them comments. Everyone have a good night. See you next Saturday.